Good morning. My name is Beverlyn Hilton, Director of Community Outreach for the Wayne County Treasurer's Office. I want to welcome you to our 4th annual Veterans Resource Fair. This resource fair is not only for veterans, but for their spouses and the children of veterans. We have an exciting day planned for you. We have some great resources and great speakers. You will hear from our dynamic members of Congress, who are also our co-host. You will hear from our dynamic members of the Senate, U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, and our keynote speaker for the day, Senator Gary Peters. So text someone, let them know we're about to get started, and they don't want to miss it. We have an action-packed program this morning, as I said earlier. Brian Gibson will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Brian served in the Air Force from 1985 to 1988 as a senior airman munition supply specialist. And after leaving the military, he started in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office in 1989. He currently serves as a department manager for tax accounting. He has been with us a little over 30 years, and that's a double thanks for you, Brian, for your not only being with our office for over 30 years, but also serving in the military.
Hello, I am Brian Gibson, and I'll be reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can recite with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we will have our Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri bring you opening remarks. 3 things about Treasurer Sabri. He is committed to saving homes. That's his passion throughout the entire Wayne County. Making sure we have programs and services to assist our homeowners. All you have to do is give us a call. Does everything he can to make sure our office is accessible to you, whether you're making a payment over the phone, via our kiosk, coming into the office, or mailing it in. He works 24/7, and of course, he has us working on the weekends sometime, making sure that no one loses their home. So thank you, Mr. Sabri, for all you do. So let's welcome our Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabri.
Good morning. I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. I would like to welcome you to Wayne County Treasurer's Office 4th Annual Veterans Resource Fair. I pray that everyone is healthy and safe. We can make it through these difficult times by helping each other, showing even the smallest acts of kindness and doing good deeds. God willing, there will be relief soon. I want to thank Beverlyn Hilton, our Outreach Director here at the Treasurer's Office, and all of our staff for helping to make this event possible. And also would like to thank my Congresswoman co-hosts, Brenda Lawrence, Rashida Talib, and Debbie Dingle. They have helped us throughout the 4 years of doing this resource fair and getting speakers and participation from federal agencies, sometimes just by making a phone call. Let us take a moment to remember one of our fallen comrades, Wayne County Commissioner Jewel Ware. She fought tirelessly for her constituents, especially for the seniors, many of whom were veterans. She was a dear friend, and she will be missed. Today's event will allow veterans and their family members to hear from many who offer services that assist our heroes who have sacrificed for our freedom. This year, we are shining a light on women veterans who have often been forgotten. The I Am Not Invisible campaign is just one effort to bring attention to women veterans. Women served in the U.S. Army during the Revolutionary War, mostly in the roles of nurses and cooks. Some women would disguise themselves as men just to serve on the battlefield. Women in the U.S. military were relegated to a separate unit called the Women's Army Corps, or WAC. President Truman in 1948 signed the Women's Armed Service Integration Act, making women full members of the military. That separate unit, the Women's Army Corps, was disbanded in 1978. Today, 10%, or a little more than 2 million veterans of the U.S. military are women. And it's predicted that by 2040, 18 to 20% of all veterans will be women. Women service members have had serious challenges, sexual assault being one of them. Many women veterans leave the military with physical and emotional scars that have resulted in severe bouts of depression and even suicide. Maureen Casey, the CEO of the Institute of Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse University, said that 67% of the women veterans find their financial transition from the military very difficult, compared to 47% for men. One of the key transition challenges for women veterans is the loss of income. Last year, our guest speaker at the Veterans Forum was U.S. Marine Sergeant Major Ronald Green, who has since retired after 36 and a half years of military service. He stated that it is unreasonable and unrealistic to think that anyone can leave the military, especially after having been involved in combat, and return to civilian life without some serious assistance. We hope that you hear today something that will offer additional assistance to our many veterans. Less than 1% of the people in this country put on the uniform of the United States military and take the oath to defend our nation. To all veterans, we thank you for your service.
Hi everyone, it's Debbie Dingle. I know this year's Wayne County Veterans Resource Fair looks a lot different than years past, but that doesn't make it any less important. To all of the veterans that are here today on this call, we want to thank you for all you have done for your country. Our freedom was protected by you. Now that you're home in your communities with your families, it is our responsibility to take our gratitude and take them from being words into action. To all of my friends and colleagues with us, we'd be here for hours if we recognized you each individually for all that you've done. But know that we are very grateful for your partnership. Through this resource fair, we hope you can be connected with the assistance available to you for housing, education, healthcare, employment, just emotional support, so much more. And in these trying times, as we navigate a global health pandemic that's upended our worlds, upended the economy, upended almost everything we know, we need to look out for each other. And we need to guarantee our veterans receive the help that they have earned. So thank you again for all that you have done for your country, and know that I am always here if you ever need anything. Be safe.
The leadership of Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri has been unyielding. He has been committed to this resource fair and this program to ensure that we educate and that we're promoting the skills and the resources that are needed. So I can't thank you enough, County Treasurer Sabri. Whether it's times of war, peace, veterans and their family devote their lives to our service, to the service of this country. Throughout histories, this is something for us to remember today. Our veterans put their lives on hold and at their own risk to protect our country. Their sacrifices that all of you have made is without parallel. Veterans are the backbone of this country, and without you, there will be no United States. I want you to know that the services that the federal government gives, please Stay in touch with us. Let us know if it's working. And that's why I'm so excited to have this opportunity to talk to you. We come to Washington, we lock ourselves in a room and we try to pass bills and fund programs. But at the end of the day, when it gets on the ground, if it's not working, it doesn't make a difference. Every member of Congress has the responsibility of serving our veterans. That means calling our office when the government is not working for you, when you're not getting the benefits you deserve, when you are not getting the resources and the health care that you need. And my staff stands ready, along with my other colleagues, to take your call. We know there's times where you're not getting the appropriate level of benefits and resources. Call us. We will advocate for you. We'll cut through the red tape for you. And that's what I want you all to know, that you're not forgotten. And we're working hard to improve your quality of life for you and your families. So as we enter this holiday season, please know we have so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the sacrifices that you made for this country. And I want you to stay safe. And from my family to yours, happy holidays. And ponder for a moment, if God has given us health at this time in our country, at this time with everything else that's going on, we have so much to be thankful for. And if you have any challenges, just know that we stand ready to help you. God bless you all. Happy holidays. And thank you, Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri.
Thank you, Representative Lawrence. Thank you very much for those remarks. I wanted to mention that we have a couple of other elected officials I'd like to mention that are on the call. Melissa Daub, a Wayne County Commissioner, Detroit City Council members Roy McAllister and Scott Benson, and also the treasurer from the city of Ecorse, Marilyn Oliver, is with us. As I said before, as our other members of Congress join us, we will interrupt what we're doing with our vendors and let them speak. We have a guest speaker coming up a little later, our Senator Gary Peters. So we also expect to hear from our Congresswoman, Rashida Talib, who's also one of our co-hosts, and as well as our Senator, Senior Senator in Michigan, Debbie Stabenow. So I want to thank you all for attending, and as more people join the call, we'll recognize our other elected officials, and I hope that you enjoy the program and get a great benefit from what we're doing today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sabri. Can we give everyone a round of applause, please? We want this to be an interactive session today because we have a lot of information, so we want you to be engaged as well. So what we're going to do is to go into just a few remarks. We have our Wayne County Commissioner and Army veteran, Monique McCormick. She's got a lot of programs going and also serves on the Veterans Committee with the Wayne County Commission. So we're going to have her give us a few remarks. And then after Commissioner McCormick, we will have our Veterans Commissioner. We'll go into our City Council remarks. And we have the busiest, I think the greatest City Council President, Brenda Jones, who actually is having a community call as we are engaged in ours right now. So she's not going to be on the call, but we do have her representative and her community engagement director. And if you've been anywhere in the community, you've seen Linda Wesley. So she'll be coming on after Commissioner McCormick. And then we will have Councilman Scott Benson, who I understand is with the U.S. Coast Guard, City Council member and veteran Roy McAllister, who's with the Army, and to Brian, sorry Brian, I guess I'm a little partial. I was thinking about my dad, who also was in the U.S. Army and not here with us right now. So that moment of silence was for him as well. So we're going to have Wayne County Commissioner Monique McCormick to come on right now. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you, Beverly, for that introduction. I am Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick. I represent the northwest side of Detroit. First, I would like to start by saying right now we are mourning the loss of my dear mentor and friend and sister of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Vice Chair Pro Tem Jewel Ware. So I ask that you continue to pray for us on the Wayne County Commission and the city of Detroit. She was a avid supporter of seniors and youth throughout Wayne County, and we just ask for your prayers. I also like to say thank you to Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri for putting together this very important resource forum for veterans. I am also a veteran of the United States Army. I am the chair of the Wayne County Special Committee for Seniors and Veterans Affairs. And my job is to ensure that our veterans throughout Wayne County receive the resources so that they can have a better quality of life. That is what is important to us in Wayne County. And so I just want to let you know and thank you to all the veterans for your service, that we appreciate you and we want to ensure that your needs are taken care of. So if there's anything that I can ever do for you or Wayne County, we have a veterans department that is full of services. You can just simply go to our website, waynecounty.com, under veterans resources or veteran services. There is a link there. We have resources for rents if you need help with that, with your mortgage, with utility bills. We have information on housing. We're full of resources, and we want you and your family, if you know any veterans, to reach out to us. Thank you again. And if, again, we can help with anything, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Great. Good morning, everyone. I'm Linda Wesley from Council President Brenda Jones' office. I also coordinate the Military and Veterans Task Force meeting on Council President's behalf. Council President is the chair of the Military and Veterans Task Force, along with her co-chairs, Council Member Roy McAllister and Council Member Scott Benson. Just wanted to let you know a few things that Council President has been very committed in making sure that our veterans, that our veterans have housing that they so very much deserve. And in September of this year, Council President sponsored a resolution that enhances enforcement and oversight in veterans' homes. The Detroit City Council urges the Government Accountability Office to conduct a more detailed examination of VA oversight for state veterans' homes' quality of care. She also, within our Military and Veterans Task Force meeting, we have subcommittees, and she has been working very diligently with our City of Detroit Planning and Development Department, along with members of the Military and Veterans Task Force and the Michigan Fisher House staff, to ensure that Detroit will have its own Fisher House. So at this time, I just would really like to invite all of you to If you are able to attend the Military and Veterans Task Force meeting in January, we meet every second Tuesday from only just 1 hour, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We are virtual at this time, and the next meeting is going to be January 12th. And I did send my information in the chat. I would love to receive everyone's information so that I can make sure that you all receive the information on the Military and Veterans Task Force. Just want to say thank you to our men and women that are out fighting for our country, those veterans that have retired, and those veterans that need assistance. Please reach out. There's so many services available to you. We love our veterans. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so very much. And at this time, I will turn it over to our council member, Roy McAllister. Thank you so very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Miss Linda Wesley. And first and foremost, I'd like to give honor to God, who's ahead of my life. And I thank Treasurer Eric Sabri for God guiding him to have this fourth annual recognition here. Again, I am Councilman Roy McAllister Jr. of District 2. District 2 goes from 8 Mile to Davidson, Southfield to John R. I'm a retired U.S. Army CW4 special agent. I was also the regional commander for the 5 northern provinces of Iraq. I also like to thank Pastor Miles for his prayer, as well as Beverly Hilton for reaching out to me in my office to be a part of this. You know, I have to thank all the veterans, but specifically the women for this year's resource fair programming, because they are the ones that have paved the way for us to be where we are today, and we have the freedoms of this country. The veterans are the folks that has allowed us to have the privileges again of the freedoms of this country. And without them, we could not be where we are today. So everything that is due to them, it is owed to them. It is nothing that is given to them. And I try to express this to them all the time. They have earned each and everything that they have. And as Miss Linda Wesley has stated, I am also on Council President Jones Veterans Task Force, also working to help move forward with the Fisher House. I'm also a life member of the Detroit Disabled Veterans. That is a group that is out there, and they're out there doing some things, and they continuously to move forward with their initiatives and continue to support the community. I handle the mental health task force for the city council, and that is something that mental health, as far as our veterans, that we also target and look into. I also want to recognize and support the confirmation of President-elect Joe Biden's nominee for Defense Secretary, Mr. Lloyd Austin. General Austin is a phenomenal person. I had the pleasure of meeting him when I was also serving in Iraq. So I just want to help support and hope that that nomination is moved forward and approved. But again, I just want to thank Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri for having this fourth annual resource fair. And if at any time, my office can assist you, please feel free to call area code 313-340-2073. And please, everyone, continue to be blessed, and that you have a blessed and thankful holiday season. And with the pandemic, please continue social distancing, mask up, and sanitize down. Treasurer Eric Sabri, thank you so much again for this. May God bless everyone, and may God bless this United States of America. Thank you. And at this time, I will turn it over to my colleague, Councilmember Scott Benson.
He's muted.
Councilman, you're muted. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Maybe Elizabeth has. She's coming there.
I think well, while we wait for Councilman Benson,
Hold on.
and while we wait for Councilman Benson, I'd like to introduce Congresswoman Rashida Talib of 13th Congressional District. Congresswoman Talib, please say a few words to our guest today. Thank you.
Oh, your team is on it. I was just about to say I need to be unmuted. Thank you so much to our Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabri, for continuing and prioritizing our veteran neighbors. I can tell you, serving now in the United States Congress for the last 2 years, I am still in shock and in awe of just how little we are supporting our veterans, especially with the wars that we've been involved in for so long. For over a decade. Many of our young people are graduating from high school that started many of these wars, and many of them are coming back with no economic support, even very little access to health care. And so I really appreciate this. I think this is very important. I just want all of our veterans and folks that are listening to know, one, please know that your congressional office has an open door policy. If you're not getting services through the VA, if you're having issues with even your application, sometimes your ranks, all of that, which is connected to the services you have access to, please know that my office is here to help. I can tell you we've already helped bring thousands of dollars back to our veterans, especially our disabled vets who have college debt or other issues like that. We've been able to work with the Department of Education successfully, as one disabled vet had $121,000 in college debt, no bill or no, he was not able to pay all of that back, but we were able to get it all handled and addressed and all paid off. So that's the kind of support we can offer. And so please know that you can reach out to my office. I'll continue to post our direct number and email. And know that within a day, within 24 hours, you usually will get a call from my team. And we have 4 neighborhood service centers throughout the district, 2 in Detroit, 1 in Western Wayne, and 1 in Downriver. Much of our folks on staff have direct contact with the VA hospital. They're social workers. So we're ready here to help. And please know, things that you talk to us about can be done anonymously. I can tell you we've been reached out to folks that are, dealing with depression. And at one point we were able to help a person that was suicidal. Our veterans are dealing with a lot of issues. And, one vet said to me that, it's great that we thank them for their service, but they want to see actions versus just words. And so, Eric Sabri, thank you for showing them in action that you're here to help. And I'm here in partnership with you and many others. So please don't feel prideful. Don't feel disenchanted. Really, we're here to help. And if you reach out to us, we'll be able to really work extremely hard to making sure that you're taken care of, especially during this very challenging time. I will post on the chat our next COVID relief briefing. Town hall for the 13th district to talk about what's coming. So again, thank you all so much. And thank you again to Eric Sabri and his wonderful team for continuing this effort. Even during the pandemic, he has not stopped supporting us. So we really appreciate that. Thank you all so much.
Hold on. Okay.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Let's give her a hand. And I'm just happy to say she's been our co-host for 2 years. This is the second year she has served as our honorary co-host. Commissioner Benson, he's still not on as of yet? Well, let me acknowledge the other elected officials that we have on the call. We have Willie Donwell from the Board of Review. He's going to be giving you some information a little later. Mitch Doig, I hope I pronounced that correctly, representing the mayor of River Rouge. Go River Rouge, all right. Of course, we've done our city treasurer, Marilyn Oliver from eCourse. Lisa Hicks Clayton, Dearborn Heights treasurer. Yay, Dearborn Heights, thank you for coming on. Rob McCon, finance director of City of Riverview, thank you. Council member, we've done Scott Legina Washington of Inkster, go Inkster. Bill Bozzi, Dearborn Heights, thank you. Last year he played an active role in our third annual resource fair. Then we have Commander Mark Weiss, the Jewish War Veterans of the USA on. And thank you all so much for joining us. And so we'll move right along until till Councilman Benson gets back on the call. So as of right now, I don't have, we'll move on to our Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency remarks. And that's from Zanetta Adams, who is the director. And she was appointed director by Governor Whitmer in 2019. She had been in the service since 2006, actually. She retired from the U.S. Army National Guard and Reserve. And during her time in the military, she served as Joint Counter-Narcotics Task Force agent for the National Guard. Prior to that, director of the MVA. Adams is an attorney. And also, what I was excited about is that she's a woman, and to my knowledge, our first African-American over the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. And we are so excited to have her here today. I happened to be on a Zoom call and she was a guest speaker. And I said, wow, we need her on our call today. And so we sent out a request to her as well, and she responded. So I'm really glad and thankful that she's here today to share information with you regarding the programs and services that we have through the state of Michigan. So Zanetta Adams, Director, Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, thank you so much for joining us. Well, the greatest thing about growing up and being a Girl Scout, since I wasn't in the military, is that you have to improvise and you have to be ready. So we are going to move right along until she gets back on the call. I thought I saw her on the call earlier, but one of the folks that we've worked with that I really enjoyed working with is Kwesi Desai, who is over the Wayne County Veterans Affairs Department. And he is going to give us a presentation as well. So, Kwesi Desai, please join us for your presentation. Thank you.
He needs to be unmuted.
Liz, yeah. You will be unmuted very shortly. Thank you, Kwesi.
Hi, this is Director Adams. I assume I just missed my name. I'm not sure if you needed me to speak now or.
Hi, Director Adams. We are just being flexible today and moving around based on as our elected officials and our speakers are joining us on the call. So if you are available and ready, we certainly will have you speak. Thank you.
Thank you. I was trying to unmute. I apologize. So good morning to all on the call. My name is Zanetta Adams. I'm not sure how much of the introduction I missed, but I am the director of the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. I have been in that role since January 12th, 2019. I am an Army veteran. I served 8 years between the Army, Army National Guard, and Army Reserve. And I was severely injured in 2005 when I fell off a deuce-and-a-half truck with the rails up while preparing to go to Iraq. And just to give you a little bit of that story, it was devastating to me. One, just being a veteran in general, I was in an area where I was not connected to the veteran community. I was not connected to the military family once I went home, and so I was not connected to resources. So coming home, you know, my late 20s with 3 small children at home, not having access to resources and benefits really took a toll on me, not only physically because I was in a wheelchair and couldn't walk, but also it took a toll on me emotionally. So I went through this period of severe depression. I had decided that suicide was the answer. There were just a lot of things, and it was interesting. We're talking about women veterans today, and I don't know if I had such a passion about women veterans or even separated myself or thought of myself different, even though there was different treatment in the military, until I went to a retreat for women veterans. And it was just an eye-opening experience seeing other women veterans who were dealing with similar and even more extensive injuries, getting through and getting by. And so that really kind of catapulted me to want to do more and to want to do better and to kind of what they often say, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and carry yourself through to the next place. And so I stayed in touch with those women veterans, but I decided to go back to school, get my degree in psychology, and then go on to law school because I had to fight to get my disability benefits. And when you're injured and you're struggling and you're trying to learn how to walk again, and you're trying to get connected to resources and you're taking care of 3 children and you're married and just all these different things, it is a struggle. And when they say the struggle is real, the struggle was real. And so I fought to get my benefits, and I was pretty savvy. You know, I had always had this legal mind and wanted to go to law school. But I thought about the people who don't have that same type of mentality. What are they doing? How are they struggling? So I went to law school and I got my degree to help veterans. And during that time, I felt like there was something missing in the women veterans community. So I created a nonprofit in 2014 for women veterans called Wink for All Women Veterans. And it was to get them to remember that, you know, while you might be a civilian, that service matters. You should identify, because many of you that are dealing with women veterans know that, one, we don't self-identify in the same manner that men do. We are often reticent to go to the VA because we have issues that we're oftentimes we are outsourced for, and we just don't always often like the experience. And so, you know, I was inducted into this role on January 12th, 2019, which just so happened to be the proclaimed Women Veterans Recognition Day here in the state of Michigan. And I know someone just asked what organization I'm with. I'm with the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, which is the state agency for Veterans Affairs. And I was in that role. Many of you may not know that in 2018, through my work during the organization, I pushed hard and fought hard to get a Women Veterans Recognition Day. And it wasn't so that women veterans could feel like we were more special than male veterans or to replace a Veterans Day. This is so that this was twofold. It was, one, for women veterans to feel comfortable identifying that they serve. It was to bring them out of the shadows so that they didn't have to deal with whatever they were dealing with by themselves. The second thing is to let the world know that women veterans serve too. When I was out speaking and talking about our organization, I would poll the audience and ask, how many women veterans do you think are in the country, are veterans right now? And I would get numbers like, 10,000, 100,000, There are over 2 million women veterans
Okay, what we're doing.
country. And right here in Michigan, we have over 43,000. And right here in Wayne County, we have 6,500, which is the largest population of women veterans in the state. And so we are here in mass, but people don't recognize that. When you have a woman veteran who goes to a parking spot at Lowe's or some other big box store and parks in the veteran-only parking spot and gets harassed and questioned and asked to show her ID as to why she is parking in that space, we know we still have a problem. We shouldn't have to be dealing with that. And so that's why I made it my mission to make sure that in my role at the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, that we are taking the issues of women veterans seriously. So since I've been in that position, I created Women Veterans and Special Populations Coordinator. She is a Navy veteran who has been working in that role for a while, but she has actually officially been created so that people know that we care about your issues and we're here to connect you to resources that matter. The other thing is that we created the Michigan Women Veterans Coalition so that we can bring together women veterans and advocates for women veterans from across the state, whether it be nonprofit, state organizations, you name it, to come to say, what are the issues? What are the needs? What can we do? And so that is what we've been doing. When I got into this role, I didn't know much about the MVA because I wasn't seeing the MVA out there. I didn't recognize it. So I've been on an education campaign to make sure people understood that we are here. We are the resource hub to connect you with resources 24/7, no matter what it is. You're struggling with trying to get your credit repaired, guess what? We have a free service, Green Path Financial, that works with the trust fund that can get you your credit repaired so you can get home ownership. We have people here to connect you to your earned resources and benefits. And I don't know how many people on the call, can I be real today? I'm gonna say this, there are so many people out there who will say, I don't deserve that benefit. I'm not a veteran because I didn't serve in combat. I'm gonna ask you to put that aside because like anything, and I see some folks on the call that work in Congress, who work in the House, when you don't use a benefit, guess what? The amount of money reduces. So if you think you're saving it for another veteran because you don't deserve it and they do, you're actually hurting more veterans when you don't take advantage of the benefits that you earned, because then that amount is reduced. So I'm telling you that if you're not sure, you got injured in the military, you're struggling with mental health issues, PTSD, you name it, call us. We can get you connected to a local VSO, which is a veteran service officer. We can get you connected to your American Legion, your DAV, your county officials, but we also can get you connected through our office and our agency. So I want to let you know that we're here. One of the other things that we did so that we can highlight and show the world that women serve too, and that they look like you and me and some of the other folks on the call, because I don't know how many times I've heard you don't look like a veteran, and I don't know what that's supposed to look like. I'm a veteran, I served. But we launched this She is a Veteran campaign. And our job is to make sure that we are highlighting women veterans across the state in this massive information campaign. Prior to COVID-19, we planned on taking our women veterans show on the road. Basically, we highlighted 6 women veterans. We got their stories captured. We took pictures. We did a whole photo shoot. We did a video campaign, and we were going to take those shows on the road. But that didn't happen, but we've been doing it on a virtual campaign. We've already released 3 She is a Veteran candidates, and their stories have been phenomenal. We've had over 1.2 million people view those stories across the country. And our next story launch, which we usually do a Facebook live stream on, that is going to be January 21st. And that next veteran is going to be Andrea Norton. And I encourage you all to tune in to watch and see these stories, because these are women veterans that people would not assume are veterans, may not look like veterans, but they are. And they're bad mamma jammas. I'm just going to say that. Pilots, all kind of folks, they're doing it. And one other thing I wanted to say is that I created a military sisterhood initiative prior to coming in this position, and in collaboration with Wing for All Women Veterans and Challenge America. And the Military Sisterhood Initiative is an online network that's secure for women veterans only, where you can connect, you can share resources, you can share stories, you can share sister diaries. It's an active campaign where 93% of the users, you can't say that anywhere else, 90% of the users are engaging on a regular basis. And we have over 4,000 women from 18 countries who are all US veterans on this platform. So I encourage you to share this. It's a free platform for women to get connected and to find camaraderie with your folks, with yourselves, so that you can get connected to a community that understands you. And I will say that from a woman veteran, the struggle is still real. I mean, even in the role that I sit in, there are some people who don't believe that I should be here or don't think that I have enough of what it takes. But guess what? I serve the same service as my male counterparts, my brothers in arms, and we are here to do this together. There is no segregation. There are just separate issues sometimes. And so I encourage you to give us a call at 1-800-MISHVET. That's 1-800-642-4838 to get connected. You can get connected to our core initiative, which is where we have buddy-to-buddy mentors who are male and female out there for peer-to-peer mentorship. We have veteran navigators who are through the DHHS helping people get connected to mental health and substance abuse resources. We have veteran speakers who are out there providing presentations to our school children about the pride in service. And we have those folks who are connecting with the VCATs and those veteran community action teams and nonprofits to bring the information all together. So I implore you to stay encouraged. If you're a female veteran, you have a sister up here at the highest level in the state for Veterans Affairs who understands the issues that you're going through, and don't hesitate to be proud of your service and don't hesitate to reach out to us. So I will stop for any questions. So thank you for allowing me to present here today. And I am always excited to be able to share information with you all in the county. Thank you. Or do I look in the chat for questions or? Oh, the name of that network for women veterans is WINC, W-I-N-C, for all women veterans. And they have a website as well. I'll put it in the chat. Let's see if there's anything else. And I will share my information with you, Congresswoman, for sure. And that number is going to be 1-800-MISHVET. That's M-I-C-V-E-T. So that's 1-800-642-4838. And I typed that in the chat as well. Let's see.
All right, it's good now.
I'm not sure if there's any other questions. All right, well, you know where to find me. I'm at 1-800-MISHVET. We're available 24/7. We're taking calls and we're there to assist you. And if you're looking for jobs, there are thousands of jobs in the state of Michigan. I just want to say that. Okay. We're working very collaboratively with Leo to get you connected right when you call to jobs. We have over 400 veteran-friendly employers. And when I say veteran-friendly, not just for veterans, but for spouses of veterans too. So if your spouse is looking for a job and you're a veteran, we can get you connected to that as well. So job opportunities, health and wellness opportunities, financial opportunities, emergency assistance opportunities, to help you through food insecurity, whatever you may be dealing with, we can help you. So if it's any issue, give us a call and we can figure it out and get you connected.
Thank you, Director Adams. It's very valuable information, and we appreciate your participation, and really appreciate that you're in that position in Lansing. So please stay in touch with us. We'll definitely stay in touch with you. And I just want to again thank you for reaching out today and participating in this Veterans Forum. The Veterans Fair we have is really about information to veterans, and that's today we're getting some really good information. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Senator Gary Peters. Gary Peters joined the United States Naval Reserves at age 34. He served more than 10 years in the unit's Selfridge Air National Guard Base, including the Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 26. During his naval service, Peters earned the CB Combat Warfare Specialist designation and carried out assignments as an assistant supply officer. His reserve duty included time in the Persian Gulf, supporting Operation Southern Watch, and he served overseas again during increased military activity following the September 11th attacks. He earned rank of lieutenant commander before leaving the reserves in 2008. He is the ranking member of the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee. Without any further delay, I would like to introduce our great senator from the state of Michigan, Gary Peters.
Well, Treasurer Sabri, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this forum. And Eric, I certainly appreciate all of your leadership when it comes to veterans issues. You're doing an outstanding job as the treasurer, but this is something that I know you're very passionate about and have continued to do great work to help our veterans all across the state of Michigan. So thank you for your leadership. And thank you for having me on here today. As was mentioned in the very generous introduction, I'm certainly have had the opportunity to serve in the Navy Reserve for a number of years. I had the opportunity to meet some of the most patriotic, outstanding men and women that you will ever meet, those men and women who are willing to serve our country. And so it's an honor and a privilege to be with so many here today during this virtual event. And just to pick up on what I heard a little bit of Administrator or Director Adams' comments on women who are serving, and concur wholeheartedly with that. In fact, we're working on legislation right now to make sure equipment actually fits a woman's body as well, particularly when it comes to body armor and protective equipment, that we have to make sure that we understand that those kinds of items of equipment have to fit someone properly, and we have to account for all sorts of different body sizes and people, and make sure that the men and women who serve us with honor complete the most important mission that they have, which is to come home safely to their loved ones. And it's an obligation that I take very seriously as a member of the Armed Services Committee. I'm also ranking member on emerging threats and capabilities, and have the privilege of overseeing all of the special operations forces for the military, the Navy SEALs, and the Delta Force, et cetera. And they do outstanding work every day. But we have a commitment as Americans to make sure when they're fighting for our freedoms and our liberties that they come home safely. And then when they come back to our communities, that we treat them and make sure that they get the benefits that they have earned and they deserve. Just touch on a couple issues that I've worked on, if I may, Eric, and certainly hope that folks will take advantage of some of these opportunities as well. One issue that came to me very early in my work here in the Senate was the issue related to folks who are suffering from PTSD, but may not have been diagnosed when they were in the military, and may have received a bad paper discharge as a result of behaviors related to PTSD that wasn't simply diagnosed. The issue really came to me front and center from a Marine who lives in Grand Rapids, who was actually a homeless vet, was having some severe trouble. And if you looked at his history, he served in Afghanistan. He served with honor there, but when he came home, things were rough, and he started to exhibit behaviors that are related to the PTSD that he had as a result of his combat service in Afghanistan. He's late for muster, depression, not sleeping, self-medicated. But those behaviors ended up basically getting him kicked out of the Marine Corps. He was not diagnosed. He ended up homeless on the streets of Grand Rapids area. He knew something was wrong. He went to the VA. The VA examined him, and they said, "You're suffering from PTSD. It's very clear diagnosis as a result of your service, but because you have a bad paper discharge, we cannot help you." That's outrageous. And so I went to work with veterans groups all across the country. We all came together and realized that it's not just his case. There are tens of thousands of cases like that where people were discharged without a full medical evaluation to find out what may be going on with them. And we were able to pass legislation that basically states if you have credible medical evidence that you're suffering from PTSD as a result of your service, you can get a bad paper discharge changed, go through a board, get it changed, and then get into the VA and get the benefits and the treatment that you need and certainly you deserve. Since that legislation has passed, we right now, I believe, roughly 1,500 men and women have gone through the process and have now receiving the treatment that they've earned. But as I mentioned, the estimates are we're talking probably in the neighborhood of tens of thousands of people. And I think many folks may not realize this, Eric, and I would hope that anybody who's watching here today, and either themselves are in that situation or they know someone who is in that situation who is suffering the invisible wounds of war and got a bad paper discharge because it wasn't diagnosed. They know something's wrong. There's now a process that they can go through, and certainly my office is willing and very anxious to help folks in that situation. So people should contact my office for that assistance. The other issue that I want to raise and make sure folks are aware of, and people who may be in the situation, and that's to make sure you fully utilize your GI Bill benefits, and not just for 4-year college programs or 2 years, but registered apprenticeship programs. I think many veterans don't realize that they can go into a registered apprenticeship program, use GI Bill benefits, and get the training in that area. I know many of them do that now, but I want to make sure folks are aware of that. But we want to expand the opportunities. And what I learned in working with veterans, and the veterans who are in these apprenticeship programs, it's amazing. In fact, I had the opportunity of meeting a veteran just recently who always wanted to be a pipe fitter and is now getting the skills to be a pipe fitter and is using his GI Bills to do that. And basically, how it works is if you're in an apprenticeship program, you're in a union apprenticeship, which he is, but the pay is not made, especially if you're starting out, is not enough if you have a family. He's married, he has 2 children. As he left the military, he was older. But the GI Bill will help pay housing expenses and other kinds of stipend as you go through that training program. But what came to my attention as a result of this, and what I heard from veterans, was that even though we have over 1,000 Department of Labor approved apprenticeship programs in Michigan, only a little over 100 actually qualified for the GI Bill. That makes no sense to me. If it's a Department of Labor registered apprenticeship program, you should be able to use your GI Bill benefits to get additional resources. So that law, as I went to work on that law, it is now passed. It was signed into law by President Trump, and we're in the process now of expanding opportunities. You know, my view is that if you are a service member and you want to get into an apprenticeship program and use those benefits, you should be able to get into any of the 1,000+ programs that are in Michigan. The other piece of information I want to put out, Eric, that I think is important is that we passed legislation and hope folks who are suffering some of the impacts of Agent Orange know that the list of medical conditions associated with Agent Orange exposure has now been expanded to bladder cancer, hypothyroidism, and Parkinson. We believe that there are over 30,000 folks in Michigan that are in those conditions and now are going to be covered as a result of expansion under that Agent Orange. So folks should be aware of that and let people know. I'm also in the process right now and have a bill that's passed the Senate, now before the House, to improve the veteran caregivers program through VA, if you're a caregiver, to make sure that that program is strengthened. And sometimes those caregivers, they are not funded, and it cuts off fairly quickly. In my mind, there needs to be an appeal process. There needs to be time to make sure that that decision was made properly. And there should be a transition time. So that's in legislation that's currently before the House. We passed it in the Senate. I'm hoping to get that passed where we may be in session only a week or so. And certainly our top priority is COVID relief. We need to have a COVID relief bill to come out to help folks who continue to be impacted by this pandemic. And we'll be working to push that. And let me just say, if I may end here, Eric, is that I have a casework team in my Detroit office that handles any issue. So veterans, and particularly veterans, Bethany Midland, who is on the call here today, is my caseworker who works with veterans. And I will tell you, she is tireless. She will make sure whatever the issue may be that a veteran is facing with the VA or any other issue related to the federal government, we will We will be your advocate. We will fight the federal bureaucracy. I'm not telling anyone anything new here when I say the federal bureaucracy can be a real challenge for folks to be able to navigate that. And I take seriously our job to be your advocate and your champion and to fight for your case. And Bethany will do that. She can be reached by calling the office number, which is 313-226-6020. I'll give that number again if folks are grabbing a pencil or a pen. 313-226-6020. Or you could go to my website, which is peters.senate.gov /services when you go to the website. But we're helping veterans every single day. We make it a priority and would hope folks would to reach out to us. So Erica, just in conclusion, again, thank you for hosting this event. Thank you for your leadership with veterans. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to say a few words, and I look forward to helping anybody on this call today if we can be of assistance. And thank each and every one of you for your service. Whether it was in wartime or in peace, we rely on men and women who are willing to go into harm's way, to fight for our freedoms and to protect the liberties that we have in this country. It's been said many, many times, and it's important to say it again. You know, freedom isn't free, and the people who are on this call allow us to enjoy these freedoms. So thank you on behalf of a grateful nation, and I just want to say, may God bless you. God bless your families. Your families are a part of this veterans family as well, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Senator Peters. Thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for joining us today and sharing a few words with the group. We're challenged by the virtual aspect of what we're doing, but I think it's going well today. We have a lot of participants. We have so far over 110 participants, I think it is.
Excellent.
And we'll take advantage of your services, believe me. And those people that we refer to your office, they get help because we get feedback. So keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Stay healthy.
You too. This time, I'd like to invite Detroit Councilman Scott Benson to share a few words with us. Is Councilman Benson with us yet? I know I saw him on the call earlier. If not, we're going to be very flexible today. We're going to move on to our Wayne County Director of Veterans Affairs, Kwesi Betsarai. If Kwesi, are you there? If you are, please join us and let us know what's going on in Wayne County with Veterans Affairs.
Well, yes, sir, I'm here. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Kwesi Betsarai. I'm the Division Director for Veteran Services for Wayne County. On behalf of County Executive Mr. Warren Evans, I'd like to thank you again for inviting me. I'll tell you, I've been able to watch this program, and this is my second time participating, and it's remarkable. This year is even better because I see an awful lot of faces that I've worked with over the years, from the city council members to actually last night I was with Congresswoman Talib's office for the military academy nominations, and so I mean this is just great. Everybody, all the faces I see on there have done a lot of good work in the community. I couldn't name them all, but I'd like to thank you, Mr. Sabri, Beverlyn, Pastor Miles. These are people who've touched my life in the last year and a half in a positive way as I go about trying to help the community. You know, last month or so, we've had a lot of interest in veteran services and veteran affairs, and I've had an opportunity to speak a couple times, and I usually do a really lousy job of talking about myself because I don't think anybody wants to hear anything I have to say except where are the resources. But if you allow me, I think I have one good story. And if anybody on this call is airborne qualified, early in my military career, I did 28 years in the military. I started off with special operations, 10 special forces group. And when I went to airborne school, you have to get 5 jumps to get qualified to jump out of a plane. Somebody would say you really don't need a brain to qualify to jump out of a plane, but I did my 5, and in my first jump with the unit, we traveled over to England, and we had to jump out of the plane. We couldn't land, we had to jump out. And so I wasn't really that good. They call it a pretty much a neo or your cherry jump. And I jumped out of the plane. It was very windy. It was past 15 knots. And we jumped over the runway, and I didn't land on the grass. I landed on the concrete on the runway. And when I hit the ground, because it was so windy, I got dragged all over the place. I was bleeding. And so when I got up, I told the major that, wow, that was really rough. He was like, well, at least you have a story to tell. And at the time, I didn't care. I just wanted to know where are the resources, because I was bleeding. Where are the resources? So having said that about my funny experience, let me get to the resources, okay? Wayne County Veteran Services is set up to provide resources to our Wayne County honorably discharged veterans. And so we're set up by a Soldier Sailor Relief Fund of $1899. That is not $1999, that's $1899. And that was set up pretty much after the Spanish-American War, and it's to provide resources to veterans. So you say, what do we provide? Well, we can help those veterans pay their mortgage bill, their rent, car payments. We can pay your car note if you use that car primarily to go back and forth to work, right? We can go back and work with the treasurer's office and pay your property taxes for the last 3 years. So in this case, it would be 2017 and we would go back and work with the treasurer's office to help make those bills current. We can provide groceries for those who are challenged right now and they need some groceries. We have relationships with a couple stores in Wayne County that will allow us to provide some food to you immediately, you and your family. Medical bills, if you have some outstanding medical bills, Wayne County Veteran Services can help pay those medical or dental bills. If you have some challenges with, again, I said car repairs, property taxes, mortgage payments, groceries, uniforms, you need uniforms for work. We can buy you work uniforms if you're an honorably discharged, either wartime or peacetime veteran that resides in Wayne County. All you have to do is give us a call at 1-833-WAY-VETS. And let me just pause for a second on the resources, but we've been working remote since March of this year, once the pandemic started. So all you have to do is call our office, 833-WAY-VETS. And what's gonna happen, one of my social service specialists will give you a checklist, and we'll ask for your DD-214, your bank statements, just to determine that there is a financial need. Because again, these are the taxpayer dollars and we have to be good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. So we'll ask for a certain criteria checklist that you reside in Wayne County, and then we'll start that process of trying to provide those resources to our area veterans. Furniture, if that veteran needs furniture, we can help buy furniture for that veteran. If they're moving from one place to the next, we can pay some moving expenses, storage expenses, either a moving truck or storage expenses. And I said furniture, and that furniture could be required because maybe there was bed bugs in the previous place that you resided. We can help get you some furniture in that area. And so we do an awful lot of things, right? And so what we did, again, going back to March, we focused on automating our services. And you can go to waynecounty.com/veterans, and you'll see a list of services that we offer. And again, it starts right there. We've also upgraded our Facebook page, and it's Wayne County Veteran Services. It's a veterans page, and on that page, you'll see articles about past events in the military, current legislation being talked about, and legislation that's being moved forward. So we'll make sure we keep our veterans totally engaged, and the resources and the benefits are available to our area veterans. And so I just want to make sure I share that information today. And then there was also a moment here, we talked about female veterans. I can say that I've had some female veterans, female drill sergeants that helped me along my way as a young private and as an officer candidate as well. So I'd like to thank all those female veterans. And so what are we doing about it in Wayne County? Wayne County, we're partnering with the National Faith Home Buyers for Operation Homebound. And Operation Homebound will allow us to provide some immediate housing for veterans, female veterans, peacetime veterans, wartime veterans, those who have been dishonorably discharged, whatever the case. If you're a veteran, Operation Homebound will help us get you into some six-week transitional housing. And then at that point, they'll ask a series of questions to see if we can get you placed in some permanent housing, either renting, or if you're in a position where we can help you purchase a home. So that's Operation Homebound. And there's a in the chat, there's a number for that. So we're engaged in the community. We're focused on trying to help make our veterans whole. So again, all you have to do is give us a call, 1-833-WAYBETS, and that's 1-833-929-8387. Give us a chance to help you solve some of those problems. And again, because I know if you made a jump like I have, you made some mistakes along the way, Wayne County Veteran Services, my team is committed to helping make you whole and help you and your family right away. So give us a chance. Let us help you. Let us help make you whole, be a part of your solutions. And again, I'd just like to thank you for this opportunity, for allowing me to speak and share that, right? And I did post it earlier, and I will post it again. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. And we are online, waynecounty.com/veterans. Our number 833-WAYBETS. I guarantee you will not be disappointed if you give us a call. If there's a call and there's something that we can't help you with, we have a list of resources, area resources that can get you a response that you're looking for, or my team can handle it right away for you. So again, thank you for this opportunity to speak. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Director Bessarai. We appreciate you and all the things that you're doing for Wayne County veterans. So at this time, we'll ask if Councilman Benson, if he is on. Okay, so until well, we've had a little technical difficulty. It always happens whenever we're on these Zoom calls. So we're going to give him a few more minutes, and then we are going to move to Willie Dunwell. Willie Dunwell is with the City of Detroit, and he deals with, I think, one of the most important programs we have right now. It's property tax exemption program. So, Mr. Dunwell, if you want to take a few minutes to talk about your program and services that you all offer, we certainly will have you come on the line until Mr. Benson is up and running. Thank you. And thank you so much, Kwesi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to be here today. I want to just from my heart to yours, personally thank each and every veteran that has participated. You know, we actually do live in the greatest country in the world, but we live in the greatest country of the world because you gave a sacrifice. It's because you were on the front line and you protected my rights to be able to act and do as I do. So I just want you to know that I personally appreciate the sacrifice that you gave, just even in your time, to participate in the military. So again, from me to you, I thank you for that. Again, my name is Willie Donwell. I am the administrator for the City of Detroit's Board of Review, and we deal with tax exemptions. In 2013, the governor signed into law Public Act 161, which was an amendment to MCL 211-7B, which is the veterans exemption. And so for our, under the Disabled Veterans Act that was put into law, disabled veterans, as long as they are either 100% service-connected disability or have special adaptive housing or are considered individually unemployable, can have their homestead exempt from property taxes. And so the great part about it is they only have to fill out each year a Form 5107, which is a state of Michigan Treasury form, and provide a copy of their letter from the VA and a copy of their ID. They must maintain a homestead or PRE on their home, and but file that each year, and you'll be exempt of property taxes. The difference in the city of Detroit is that there's the solid waste fee, which is the trash pickup, and that is actually reduced by 50%. Because it's a fee and not a tax. That is not removed, but it is reduced by 50%. So veterans who again are receiving either 100% service-connected disability in terms of their rating, or has special adaptive housing, or considered individually unemployable, can have the property taxes on their homestead exempt. One of the other programs that we also offer, though, is the Homeowners Property Tax Assistance Program. And if you are a veteran and you are dealing with challenges, you need to complete that application if you do not qualify for the Disabled Veterans Exemption. The Board of Review has the ability to look at income and circumstance. So even if you're above the income guidelines, tell us about what's going on in the household, because we know that there are challenges, even pre-COVID. There are just some things that I know that, we may be a little proud and not want to discuss, but that's what we're here for. We're here for us to be able to consider those challenges and look at how we can best assist you. So, use the opportunity. You gave a sacrifice. You gave your time. You gave of an effort, and you also separated yourself from your family in order so that, again, I might be able to have the privileges that I have. So take the opportunity to utilize these exemptions. Take the opportunity to file the applications. We do not want to see anyone lose their home. And believe me, we know that it's not just property taxes that every homeowner is dealing with, right? It's the lights, it's the gas, it's the water, it's the food, it's the medication, and it's all the other services that may be centered around the things that affect your household. So please, please take the opportunity. If you qualify for the Veterans Exemption, file it every year. And if you're struggling with your property taxes and you don't qualify for the Veterans Exemption, file under the Homeowners Property Tax Assistance Program and let us see how we can best help you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Dunwell. Now, we did have some other elected officials that are on the call right now. So if any of you would like to make a few comments about the programs that you might have going on in your city, if you will go to the chat and let us know, we certainly will unmute you so you have an opportunity to speak. And then, okay, so I don't see anyone as of right now. Okay, so moving right along, while we're waiting for our U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow to come on board, the second part of our program is where we were going to address one of the important parts of it is the services and programs that our vendors have. And we are going to have the vendors come on until U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow comes on board, and then we will stop to hear from her. So I'm going to go to, hold on just so I can get, I want to do this in order. We will go with Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Liz, can you unmute the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, please? Thank you. Yes. Okay, we do have a question in the chat, and it's regarding DTE bills. So if we have a representative on the line that can respond to that, and maybe you can, Mr. Dunwell, regarding their DTE bills, and if it's in someone else's name, how do they handle that?
I'll just bear with me 1 second. I'm multitasking here today.
No.
So the DTE is in someone else's name?
Yes, it's in someone else's name. I don't see your chat. Can you?
So I would start with who actually owns the property. And who actually owns the property may wind up being responsible for whatever service may be going on there. So you want to check to also see if there is some type of lease agreement, whether or not that person who's the utility, the name the utility is in, if there is some type of lease agreement on that property. You also want to find out from DTE, what communication they have with that individual. Because if you are living there, you're going to need to work out, well, let me go back. Going back to the ownership of the property. If you own the property, then you should be able to provide the deed or proof of ownership, whether it's court order, whatever you may have, to DTE, showing that you actually own the property. And you should be able to work with them to deal with whatever transfer that you need to deal with. You want to also be careful because there are a number of activities that are going on. It's not just in Detroit, it's just around the country as relates to utility theft and individuals who are placing just different things in their names, including property and utility bills, to try to gain access of other people's information. So I hope that answered your question, but you want to start with the ownership of the property.
The problem with the ownership is the owners passed away.
Oh, okay. So
the son was living with the mother and she passed away. And he moved away a little bit because he kind of couldn't deal with her passing and with his service and everything. He wasn't dealing with his other issues. And the power was just left on apparently. And so he needs to get back into the house. He's staying at the Veteran Foundation because he can't live in the house because he can't get the power on because he can't get the name switched over to him so that he can get some kind of, resolution to this whole situation.
Mr. Brown, thank you so much for that question. I have to admit, I worked for Detroit Edison for about 17 years. And when I was there, I don't know if the rules have changed to some degree, but what I would suggest that you do is, one, give us your information in the chat, and then I'm going to put you in touch with a representative from DTE that will be able to work with you and get that put back into the veteran's name. Since the mother is deceased, then I'm sure he would need to have a death certificate, but they will work with him on that. And then Wayne Metro, and they should be on the line at some point, as well as, and I think Director Bessarai indicated that they help with utility bills as well. Is this in Wayne County or outside of Wayne County? It's in Wayne County? Okay, so why don't you put your information in the chat, and then after we get off the call today, or if it hasn't been answered by any of the vendors, then we will work with you, our office will work with you directly and making sure that we can assist you as well as any of the other agencies that are on today.
Great, thank you.
And thank you, great question. So after the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, then we are going to, okay, before we go there, we have Brian White that's representing our City Councilwoman Pro Tem Mary Sheffield's office. So Brian, we will bring you on at this time for a few words.
Thank you, Beverlyn, and good morning to everyone, to Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. Thank you for putting this together. To all the other elected officials, greetings on behalf of Council President Pro Tem Poor Mary Sheffield. I'd like to just add to the conversation in that we have a homeless task force within the city of Detroit that the Council President Pro Tem started, and most of that work evolves around helping those who have served our country. So I just wanted to list that as a resource and invite everyone to reach out to our office and be a part of that so that we can have wraparound services and have everyone at the table helping these individuals. Through the Homeless Task Force, we participate in what's called a point-in-time count every year that we identify who's homeless, and most of the time, again, those are individuals that are veterans. So it'd be nice to have you guys sitting around the table with us at our Homeless Task Force to know what those resources are to help us better understand the population and how we can assist them. So I'd just like to offer that up. If you'd like to call our office, I'll put that number in the chat as well as our email address. And we'd love to have you a part of our Homeless Task Force. And again, thank you to Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri for putting this on, and you, Beverly Ann, for administrating. This is great information.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brian. So after the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services comes on, we have a representative here from Senator Peters' office that will talk about the services additional to what the senator talked about. And then we have Terry Campbell from U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow's office that will share some services with us as well. Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Thank you. Thank you again, Brian. Debbie is here. I'm sorry. Thank you all for holding on. I was just brought to my attention that we have U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow on the line. So Mr. Sabri will introduce her and then he'll bring her on. Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to you a senator most of you already know, a senior senator from the state of Michigan, Debbie Stabenow, who's worked her entire career in public service from city council and member in Lansing to the State House of Representatives, the U.S. Senate. She's currently leading a bipartisan effort to help separating service members, those who are leaving the service, to transition to civilian life. She's a very forceful advocate to improve the health care and the mental health care, especially, of our active duty and retired military veterans. She's also an advocate for justice and for service to women veterans who have unique issues, as our Director Adams from the state of Michigan indicated earlier. She's a ranking member of the Agriculture Committee in the Senate. And I'd like to introduce to you a hardworking senator from the state of Michigan, Senator Debbie Stabenow.
Well, thank you so much, and good morning to everyone. And thank you, Treasurer Sabri. I really appreciate what you have put together, you and your team, the Wayne County Veterans Resource Fair. This is really important, and now maybe more than ever, given the challenges that we're going through and the fact that you've done this now for your 4th year, right? So I'm glad I can spend a few moments with you and have a chance, first of all, just to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our veterans who are joining on the call, for all of your service, for what you have done, what you continue to do in service. It really is our responsibility to make sure that we are fulfilling the promises to each of you of having our country and our communities having your back. And, you know, my dad was in the Navy in World War II. And I remember when I was growing up, my dad used to say that a veteran shouldn't stand at the back of any line, whether it's a job or healthcare or housing or anything else. And that has always stuck with me. My dad was right. And so I've focused on a wide range of things to support you, to support all of our veterans. Terry Campbell, my Detroit regional manager, is also on the call and is only a phone call or email away at any point. We every day are helping veterans across Michigan. So I wanted to share just a few specific things that we have passed what's called the National Defense Authorization Act that's done every year that includes support for our military and veterans. And we just did that this week. It's on the way to the president. And there's some important provisions in there regarding Agent Orange exposure. And this is something that, frankly, I've personally been working on ever since, well, a long time. When I was a young state representative in the 1980s, I was 5 years old, that's all I'm gonna say. And I was working on trying to get the VA to recognize Agent Orange and what had happened for our Vietnam vets. We have seen additional kinds of diseases and health conditions that doctors have now said have been affected by Agent Orange, and we have finally been able to expand the VA list of medical conditions to include those things, Parkinson's, bladder cancer, some other provisions. So that is something that just passed and is on the way to the president's desk. We also, in light of what's happened with COVID, are making sure that we have the VA secretary is moving forward with health assessments for veterans who test positive. And we also want to make sure that our veterans are getting an assessment about whether or not they have been exposed to open burn pits, which is a whole nother issue from that era. In this bill, we also add additional VA care for newborn children of our veterans, and there's a 3% pay raise for our service members. And we continue language, as our treasurer mentioned in introducing me. I've been working past bipartisan legislation that really came about because of community meetings that I've had with veterans around the state, talking about the need to really connect better when you come home, and how do you connect with the community and be able to, like you're doing today. But we've started a new process where you can voluntarily indicate to the State Veterans Affairs Department that you want the information, your contact information, and areas of interest to be shared with community groups, because so many service organizations and people in the community want to be able to connect and to be able to provide support and help. And so we're trying to make that easier and be able to get the crucial organizations that are providing employment and healthcare and other services really more easily available. Along with that as well, we know how critical veterans healthcare is, and we've got to continue to push forward, to expand, and to provide better and better care for veterans. That's an ongoing process. And I want you to know that part of what's happening right now with COVID, I'm working with the administration to ensure, actually the new administration coming in, to ensure that the VA, the health centers have the personal protective equipment that they need to keep veterans safe. That has not been something universally available. It's also important to note that we now, the good news is, are seeing the beginning of vaccinations on COVID, which is very, very good, and we are seeing very positive efforts going on right now at the very, very beginning of it. But the VA has said that the vaccines will be free to VA patients. I've been asked that over and over again, and will not require any kind of a copay. So this is something, and this week, in fact, the VA announced that vaccines will go first to frontline health workers right now, who are, of course, directly exposed every day, and then to veterans at higher risk of spreading the virus or becoming ill from it. And obviously starting with additional older Americans as well. The final thing I would just say is that I'm consistently involved in efforts to increase and support mental health support, and we're seeing some positive things happen, but there's a lot more that we need to do there as well. So I'm just very grateful to all of you for your service, and I know I'm always struck everywhere I go, every time I'm talking to veterans of any age, your patriotism and love of country and humility and dedication to caring about each other and really others. I know that when you were talking about service, it's really a way of looking at life, not just one thing that you do. So I'm continually in awe and grateful, and I know that we have a responsibility, as my dad said, to make sure that veterans don't stand at the back of any line, and I work hard every day to do my part to make sure that doesn't happen. So thanks very much for all that you're doing. This is a great service today.
Thank you, Senator Stabenow. Thank you for the work you're doing in Washington, and thank you for participating today. We really appreciate it. And I agree with you that those who stand on the front lines on battle, they should stand in the front line when it comes to getting service as well.
Amen. Yes. Well, we'll let you continue with the important services and the questions that you're getting answered right now. But let me just stress again that our office, Terry's on the line, and our office is only a phone call or email away.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot of vendors today. Okay, take care.
Thanks.
All right. I'd like to invite Beverly Hilton to come back and our MC, and we're going to start going through our vendors. Let them give a few minutes to tell us about what they do and how they can help the veterans. It's going to be a little different than we had when we had a live fair last year, when people were able to walk around the room and go from table to table, pick up literature. But we have representatives here who can they'll give their information, a little summary of what they do, and I think you'll get a chance to hear from everyone. So you won't miss any of the vendors if you just stay tuned for the entire program. So at this time, I'm going to turn it back over to Beverly Hilton. She'll be right with you, and we'll go into the vendor list and hear from our vendors. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Sabri. And let's give a hand to all of our guest speakers today with all the information that they brought us. And I thank all of them so very much. So prior to the senator coming on, we were waiting to hear from Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. And then after we hear from that department, and I'm only going to list the departments so you can write them down. We also will have the information on our website. And so each person will introduce themselves, the name of their organization again, and give you a couple of bullet points about the service that they provide. So after we hear from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, we have a representative from Senator Gary Peters' office, Senator Debbie Stabenow's office, and then we will hear from the Greater Detroit Realist Association. Thank you. Are they speaking?
You're off.
They're on?
You're off.
Okay.
All right. Who's on? I don't hear. Look, we
Good
can see
morning.
everything.
My name is Lakeisha Powell Denson. I am with MDHHS Department of Health and Human Services. And we have a couple of folks here on the line to talk about our programs. We'll make it quick. I work with the lead program, and one of the things that we're doing in Wayne County is doing some lead testing. In some of the communities, we're doing 10% testing of the homes. And if those 10% of those homes exceed the lead exceedance of what we find is supposed to be in your water, we are working with the public water system to make sure that those in those communities can have all the resources that they need to keep their lead levels down. So if you live in, and I'll have to go through the list, Inkster, Dearborn Heights, Melvindale, Highland Park, Garden City, or Harper Woods, you are eligible for a free filter through your local health department. And you have to meet a certain criteria. You must have a child in the home under the age of 18, or a pregnant woman in the home, or cannot afford it. If you are older and you have grandchildren that visit your home, you can also qualify for the program. So if you want any more information about that, you can also go onto our website, which we will have listed, as well as connect with your local health department about filters. And then I'm gonna put it over to Brittany real quick so she can go over our Healthy Homes program.
Brittany, we're unable to hear you.
You want to say something? You can't hear her. Vendor, Michigan Department of Health and Social Services. Brittany?
Brittany, we need you to unmute yourself. We're not able to hear you.
Yeah, she doesn't show that she's muted.
Why can't we hear her?
You guys are not able to hear Brittany. I'll go ahead and give you guys the information for our Healthy Homes program. So sorry about that. Our Healthy Home program is also through MDHHS. They come in and they test your soil. They can test your paint in your home, as well as dust in your home. And if you qualify, there is a income requirement. If you qualify, Healthy Homes can come in and they will rectify the situation. They will take care of the lead issue in your home. They also provide health information, health education information about keeping your lead levels down. And also they provide packets, they're kind of like clean kits if you want to do that cleaning yourself, as well as you can just call them and set up for them to come in and do testing. So if you want any more information about the Healthy Homes program, you can also reach out to our website, and I'll provide that information in the chat. And then next it would be Caleb, and Caleb is from Wayne County Child Lead Poisoning Prevention Program. You may have to unmute him.
The vendor from the child care.
I did. Thank you so much. And our representative from Gary Peters' office. And we'll just call your names out if you are on. If not, just send us a note in the chat if you had to leave the call.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bethany from Senator Gary Peters' office. I'm our VA Constituent Services Representative. I handle everything and anything that has to do with the VA, basically. Status updates, where claims are in the process, education benefits, military retired pay through DFAS, medical center inquiries, questions about appointments, community care, pension claims, replacement medals and awards and decorations through the National Personnel Records Center, records requests for someone's C-file or their military file, assistance with review boards and navigating through that process, connecting our veterans with VSOs, and how to navigate through the system. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to our office. I can be reached at 313-226-6020, and we are standing by waiting to assist in any way we can. And thank you everyone for being on this call and for everything that everyone does.
U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow's office. I think I saw Terry on the call. If she has anything she would like to say. Thank you, and thank you so much, Bethany.
Yes, Terry. Yes, Terry.
Hi, I'm sorry I lost my other connection. I had to call in on my iPhone. This is Terry Campbell. I wanted to also say we have a constituent support person for all veteran-related issues. I'm happy to connect you to Melissa. She's my colleague. I did put the office number and our address in the chat room. We can be reached at the Detroit office at 313-961-4330. I'll repeat that, 313-961-4330. Our office can connect you into any resources you need from us. And like Bethany, we can help on a variety of topics and issues for our vets. So thank you for having us today. And I do have to drop off, but feel free to reach out to the office. There are 3 regional managers that work out of the Detroit office. Between us, we cover Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, and St. Clair counties. We have colleagues throughout the state of Michigan. So any veterans in the state of Michigan, we're happy to get you connected to our resources no matter where you're living. There's someone like me in the state that is responsible for your area. And then finally, I just want to thank Treasurer Sabri. Thank you so much for setting up this opportunity to get information to our vets. And like the senator said, our office wants to thank all of the vets for their service. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you very much, Terry. Next we have Global Information Technology. And then we'll have Captel Caption Phones. Isa? So you see me going back and forth. That's because where I'm standing, I'm not actually able to look at the monitor. So if I pass you up, it's only because someone like Habiba is bringing me a note, as well as not realizing the person might not be on the call. So Greater Detroit Realtors Association will have Tanisha Wilson. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you. My name is Tanisha Wilson, and I am a veteran, and I am here representing the Greater Detroit Realtors Association. We are a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. I'd like to thank you for inviting us and allowing us to be here and be a resource for the veterans and the other people who may need housing assistance. We are licensed realtors and realtors, and we were formed back in 1947 when minorities were not allowed to be called realtors. And even though they still allow us to do that now, this organization has been around that long because we understand that our community has special needs. And so we are always here to assist with community development, pre-approvals, buyer workshops, events. We have an organization that's built up with primarily brokers with agents, lenders, title companies, contractors, and anyone who's passionate about housing. We promote democracy in housing through legislation, as well as we've put together the annual SHEBA report for the Black Caucus. The SHEBA report is the state of housing in Black America, and we want to make sure that Black Americans and other minorities who are underserved have the opportunity to enjoy the homeownership dream. So our activities and our events promote housing for everyone. And we understand that our people don't just wake up in the morning and get ready to buy a house that day. So we provide counseling and we provide down payment assistance through different programs when we partner with banks who have the community reinvestment money to give, and other organizations like certain banks that want to promote housing in our community. So we're here for you. And as a veteran myself, I'm definitely passionate about getting veterans approved so that they can use their certification. I'm involved with a VA transaction right now where a veteran's going to be closing one day next week. So we are here to help all the veterans or anyone who needs help with getting a mortgage, getting funding, getting finance, to find out about the homeownership process. We're having a workshop this Saturday, December the 12th, and I'll put that information in the chat and the link so that everyone can get in touch with us and register for that program. We have one every month. We're always here to help our community. A lot of people think that real estate people are just here to make money, but we also are very passionate about helping our community. So thank you again for allowing us to be here and allowing us to be a resource. Have a wonderful holiday.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to call.
Oh, thank you so very much. Now, we did call Global Information Technology. When I call your name, would you please let us know in the chat room if you are still on the call so that we will be able to unmute you, please? So it was Global Information Technology, Captel Caption Phones, Asthma and Allergy Foundation of American Michigan Chapter, and the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA Ann Arbor Healthcare System. I did see Kelly on the call. And Tanya Smith of Gift of Life. So if you are on the call, please go into the chat room so that we can unmute you, please. Thank you.
Do you want me to start speaking? This is Kelly with Ann Arbor.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Kelly, thank you.
So
Yes,
I did have a flyer, but I can just add the information in the chat, like the specific information, and everyone can refer to our website for more details. Is that okay?
that's perfect. Thank you so very much. We
Okay.
want to take advantage of the chat today, as well as you giving your information and then referring people to your website so that they can follow up. Thank you so very much.
Okay, that sounds great. So hi everyone, my name is Kelly Burl. I'm the outreach coordinator for VA Ann Arbor Healthcare System. Our main medical center is located in Ann Arbor, and we have 2 off-site locations in Ann Arbor as well, one on Packard Road and one on Green Road. We have community-based outpatient clinics in Jackson, Flint, and Toledo. And we're currently building our 4th CBOC in Canton, which will be by the Walmart near Ford Road and the 275 intersection. So my flyer had a list of all of our different services that we offer. So we have a lot of preventative care services, outpatient and inpatient treatment services. And actually, I can add this flyer to the chat later as well. It's just a brief summary of what we have available. Medications and supplies and various specialty care services. So to see a full list for each location, you can visit our website at annarbor.va.gov. And something I'd like to add as well is that we opened our first Fisher House in Michigan this past summer. The 13,000 square foot house has 6 suites, a large laundry room, and a fully stocked kitchen for our guests. And this enables our family members to be close to their loved one during a hospitalization by providing comfort and cost-free lodging that is on the medical center campus. So if you have a veteran that is receiving care inside the facility, you can just walk to the medical center from the Fisher House. No need to figure out hotels or getting transportation to and from a hotel to the medical center. So everyone's first question is, am I eligible for VA healthcare? And that answer is very different for each veteran. So to start, veterans should review the list of basic and specialty eligibility requirements by visiting va.gov under the eligibility tab. And then to enroll in VA healthcare, veterans are asked to fill out the VA Form 1010EZ, and you can fill that out online. And I have the website on my flyer as well, and I can attach that in the chat. You can also mail it into our location, and that address is also on the flyer, and I can add that to the chat. And there's also an in-person option, but that's through the Health Benefits Unit at the VA Ann Arbor Medical Center in Ann Arbor. And if this is the option that you prefer, to have that one-on-one with someone, please call the Health Benefits Unit prior to coming in to ensure that they're still assisting face-to-face veteran enrollment. And their phone number is on the flyer, and I can add it to the chat as well. I also like to encourage veterans to enroll in healthcare, VA healthcare, because it's a great option to have as a back burner, even if you're having, or even if your current employer provides that healthcare. So when you're ready to utilize that benefit, you're already in the system and you don't have to wait to get enrolled. Also, as of last, I believe it was January, the commissary in PX has opened their services to veterans who are disabled veterans, and I think there are other eligibility requirements as well. So if you have that VA card, you can shop at the PX in Selfridge, at the commissary in Selfridge, and online as well. So to stay up to date with all of Ann Arbor's information, you can visit our website at annarbor.va.gov. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter using the handle VA Ann Arbor. Thank you.
While we're waiting for our next, and thank you so very much. Thank you very much, Kelly. That was great information. And while we're waiting on the next vendor to come on, I'm just asking you, let's take advantage of the chat room, raise your hand so that we can have a smooth flow and not a break in between. I'm going to have to go out of order than how you might have responded to the request to be a vendor. So what we're asking you to do is raise your hand, and then we will unmute you, and so that we can keep it rolling with the information. We know you all have been on for a while, and we appreciate it, but we want to make sure we have so much more important information that we need to share with you. So if you vendors will please raise your hand, and then we will call you accordingly, so that everyone will be able to get this important information that we have today. And again, thank you all so very much for your patience and just staying on with us to be able to get this important information. And so the next person, I think, is Asthma and Allergy Foundation. And this is really important information. If you stay in Michigan long enough, you'll have asthma, sinus, or something, that's for sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Kathleen. I'm the director of the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, the Michigan chapter. I did drop a file in the chat box. Basically, if there are any needs around the asthma and allergy issues, feel free to contact us. That's what we're here for. And we appreciate your service to our country, and that's what we're here to do for you, is to serve your needs. And like she said, if you're in Michigan long enough, you're going to experience something around asthma and allergy for sure. Michigan does have very high prevalence rates for asthma, unfortunately. And what I've noticed in the community is that it's not well managed. So that kind of makes a double whammy of problems. But what we offer is programs and services around asthma and allergies for any group of people or individuals. So people will often say, well, do you have a program for such and such? Can you come and do such and such? And we can do it, no matter what it is. If it's for a church group, if it's for a kindergarten group, it's for a school group, doctor's office, we can be there to train. And you heard me say doctor's office. Yes, we train hundreds and hundreds of doctors and nurses and respiratory therapists every year, because like I said, it's not well managed. And physicians and nurses are still not practicing toward guidelines that say you should be taking controller medication every day and reserving the albuterol and the rescue medicine for emergencies. And just this week, we had new guidelines come out. So now we're all even more worried because they weren't even treating to the old guidelines, and now we have some new guidelines. So hopefully we can catch folks up pretty quickly. We're responsible for the state, so no matter where you are, you know, we're there to serve you. But of course, most population is in Southeast Michigan, and that's where we do focus a lot of effort. And remember, in the grouping of allergies is food allergies. So a lot more people are starting to suffer with that, and a lot of children, unfortunately. So we want to be sure to provide good information so that you can take good care of you and your family and be the healthiest you can be, especially during these times. I'll stick around a little bit, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat room, or our phone number is easy to remember, 888-444-0333. And join our Facebook page, because we put a lot of good information on there that you're just not going to find anywhere else. I'm really proud of the kind of stuff we can get out there. And I thank you again for your service. Take good care.
So for those of you that have raised your hands, just watch to see if you're unmuted. If you're unmuted, just go ahead and give us your information and start speaking.
Hi, my name is David Watkins, and I am the Community Development Officer for Level One Bank. We have a number of programs available for veterans. Recently this year, we formed a partnership with the Joyce Southfield Community Development Corporation on Detroit's West Side in District 7. And over there, we were able to help some seniors and persons with disability in that community with grants to rehab their homes, with bathroom remodels, to walk-in tubs, and we were able to do some roof repairs, some window repairs, and security doors, and just trying to make the home more accessible for seniors and persons with disability that happen to be, veterans are welcome. Anyone that's low to moderately income can qualify for these programs. The funding round will start up again for these grants. These are grants there, you don't have to pay them back. They're 100% forgivable. We'll start again in this April of 2021, but we won't wait that long. We will try and help seniors and try to find seniors and vets that may qualify for these programs and try and get them approved for this grant money. We also at Level One Bank have a very robust mortgage lending program where we are offering as much as 0% down for VA loans at Level One. And these loans we keep on our own book. We don't sell them to our investors. We have a portfolio loan that we use to offer to our vets that will allow us to be able to service these loans in-house rather than sell them to our investors. We also have a very robust Level One Bank checking account program for veterans. And some of the benefits of that program are free online mobile banking, unlimited ATM refunds, debit card cash back, free order of checks. That first order is free, and then 50% on all future check orders. Additional discounts would be $150 mortgage loan credit if they're looking to purchase a home. Safety deposit box discounts of 10%. The The minimum deposit to open a checking account is $50. So, you know, these are some of the benefits for our Level 1 Bank Veterans Checking. Now, we also have down payment assistance of up to $8,000 for vets that are interested in purchasing, first-time home buyers. They're interested in purchasing a home for the first time. And, you know, there are several ways that they can qualify for being a first-time home buyer. And one is obviously they haven't bought a house in the last 3 years. And the other is they haven't owned a home with a spouse. Maybe they owned a home with a spouse prior 3 years ago, and now they're on their own and they're single and looking for a home of their own. So they can still qualify as a first-time home buyer. They call it a displaced homeowner. So, you know, there's several different ways we can get a veteran qualified, and there's grant money available for them if they're looking to purchase. You know, I'd like to thank Eric Sabri for bringing this program, this wonderful forum together today. I think it's very informative. And if you have any questions, I'll make sure that all the flyers for our programs, our grant money, is available for the community to view. And I welcome all questions and comments in the chat room. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hello. Yes, my name is Stephanie Harbin, and I have a question about veterans burial services. And I wanted to find out how can someone get assistance with burial funding to bury a veteran that have passed away. Anyone can answer that question? Anyone can answer that question about the burial service?
Yes, this is Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick. Yes, you can contact our Veteran Services Department at Wayne County. We can provide assistance for burial for any veteran in Wayne County. You can call us at 313-224-0884, 313-224-0884.
Now, one other thing too, along with that, does the person that's taking care of the services, do they have to pay up front first and then be reimbursed?
If we get the information early enough on, we may be able to assist beforehand, but in a lot of cases, it is a reimbursement.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. No problem.
Hello, Ms. Harbin. This is Keenan Lumpkin from the Detroit Vet Center. Also, if the loved one, of course, is a veteran, then he can also go to, get benefits from the National Cemetery for Veterans. So they can be buried at little to no cost to the family member. So you may want to look into having the family member buried at a national cemetery, and that would help cut down the cost in regards to burial costs.
Is it a number or is it a phone number I can direct them to?
I will put that information in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Chris Brown has actually already put that information in the chat. It's called Great Lakes National Cemetery. So you can definitely look that up in the with the 248 number. You should be able to get in contact. Thanks, Chris.
Hi,
everyone. I'm Deb Scola, Vice President of Strategic Relationships at Michigan Humane, and very honored to be here today and pleased to tell you about a few of the programs that we have that might be helpful. First, recognizing that for some, a pet provides companionship and purpose that can really change a person's life. We offer free pet adoptions to veterans and service members. We also offer free pet food to families in need, and we have programs that help pay for preventative veterinary care as well. So I will drop a link to our website into the chat along with my email address. So please reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need help getting connected. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, now it is. My name is Daniel Hike. I'm with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I have one of my partners is on the call as well. He's still muted. I don't know if you can unmute him as well. That would be awesome. We are both veterans in the Detroit field office here in this, the city of Detroit's HUD field office. We are a, HUD, as you know, is a funder to local communities and nonprofits through several different programs. Some of them including, I know we had a slide we sent out, but it was going to come up on the screen, but we will put the contact information in the chat as well. But for those that, for veterans that are homeless, there's a homeless intake line that's available, or Derek's on. I'll let Derek talk a little bit about the homeless stuff.
Hello, everyone. My name is Derek Mallard. I'm with the Department of Housing and Urban Development out of the Detroit field office here. And I am a Air Force veteran, disabled combat veteran, and I'm very honored to be here today. I'm hearing a lot of feedback on my line, so I hope you folks don't hear it too. I'm just going to press on. We have two primary programs that allow us to direct funding towards homelessness. Those programs are the continuing care program, which is primarily used for short and long-term housing, social service needs, and the Emergency Solutions Grant, which is used primarily for emergency shelter and also social service needs, in addition to homelessness prevention. Each of those programs works through a centralized intake system, and the numbers that Dan mentioned that will be provided in the chat are those centralized points of contact for those that are seeking help within the Wayne County greater area. And also included is my email number or my email address. Please feel free to contact me with any information that you need or reach out for help. I will connect you with resources the best I can and help you in any way I can. From one vet helping another. Again, I'm honored to be here, and I hope those that are in need will not be stubborn like I was when I first reached out for help, and will reach out and get the help that they deserve. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Derek. So I'm going to post those homeless links in that homeless contact information in the chat. In addition to that, VA and HUD have partnered with the HUD VASH vouchers. And with the HUD VASH vouchers, right now, currently across the state, we're 80 to 84% utilized. So there are vouchers that are out there for homeless vets. I will put the contact information for who to contact to start that process for those vets that qualify as well. And then there is a new grant that we just awarded this past October to Habitat for Humanity. It's a veteran home rehab grant for those veterans that are disabled that need rehabilitation done to their homes or different things done to their homes to accommodate their disability. And I'll put the contact information for that new grant in the chat as well. I'll have Derek and my email in there, so if you have any questions at all, just don't hesitate to reach out. The main line for HUD is 313-226-7900. That's our main intake line. But I'll give you our direct emails as well, which will speed up some of that. Maybe cut you through some of the waits, because we have been teleworking since March due to the pandemic. Thank you for having us. I really enjoy participating in these events so that, you know, like Derek said, one vet to another. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon. My name is Murray Davis. I'm with the 19th District Veterans Treatment Court. And on behalf of our presiding judge, the Honorable Eugene Hunt, I want to pass along my appreciation, our appreciation for allowing us to participate for the second year in a row, as it turns out. I think what I'd like to do, Ms. Hilton, I've got a one-page flyer. Do you mind if I share it with the participants? That, I guess not, that's not possible. All right. We are a problem-solving court, one of 5 in Wayne County. We are out of Dearborn, and we, being a private problem-solving court, we are specialized in treating veterans that are involved with the Justice Department in our city, in our area. And we have a goal to provide successful treatment options for misdemeanor criminal cases. Our particular court deals with misdemeanors. I believe the Third Circuit Court provides assistance for those with felony pieces. We have a special 12 to 18th month alternative court docket for those veterans that are in that situation with phase progress with promotion systems, that we have monthly hearings. So you'll find that we provide a customized evaluation to each veteran to determine what exactly needs to happen in order to get that veteran back on track and in a position where he or she can get back to serving in an honorable manner. We also have another thing that's important. We assign veteran mentors to those participants. When we don't call them defendants, we call them participants. And as a result, those mentors are key to that particular progress. One of the things that we have phase promotion and graduation recognitions, but unlike some of the other veteran treatment courts, we are unique in the fact that we provide available rideshare transportation to court appointments for those veterans that have lost their driving privileges, and we work with them to get that expedited driving privileges reinstated. We also have available educational expenses assistance, which is unique to our particular court. So what I'd like to suggest that if any of you know of, and this, by the way, is open to any justice-involved veteran anywhere in the vicinity, so it doesn't have to be within Dearborn, but if there is a veteran, a justice-involved veteran that would like to consider our unique problem-solving treatment court, they are able to make a petition or request through either their attorney or the court that they're working with to be able to be reassigned or transferred case-wise to our particular docket. So we are very pleased. We've been doing this since the middle of 2018. We've graduated over 8 at this point, and we are capable of handling up to 25 veteran participants. I myself am an Air Force veteran, so I have a unique desire to see that we succeed in treating all of those veterans that are in that particular situation. So I can put any information in. In fact, I will put, since I can't share my flyer, I will put the contact information in the chat. Thank you very much, Treasurer Sabri and Ms. Hilton.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share a little bit about Gift of Life MOTAP. That's minority organ tissue. Appreciate the opportunity to share a few words about Gift of Life MOTAP. That's Minority Organ Tissue Transplant Education Program. To all the veterans on, can you hear me? To all the veterans that are on the call, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. We do appreciate it. Again, my name is Tanya Smith. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator with Gift of Life MOTEP. And our efforts are to educate the community regarding the need to join the Michigan Organ and Tissue Donor Registry. So what we need the veterans to do, as well as others on the call, is to help us help others. Here in Michigan, in the month of December, more than 2,500 people are waiting on a life-saving transplant. And I say people, but it's really families. If anyone's on the registry, they have to have family support to even be on the list. So it's 2,500 families here in Michigan that are waiting on a life-changing transplant. And in regards to African Americans here in Michigan in the month of December, more than 843 are waiting on the registry. So 33% of those waiting for life-saving transplant are African American. And of the 843 African Americans that are waiting, more than 774 are waiting on a kidney alone. So that's 92% of the African Americans on the wait list are waiting on a kidney. So how can you help? How can everyone help? And pretty much you can help us by just going to our website, golm.org, and join the registry. All you need is your name, your driver's license number, and your date of birth. So also maybe consider volunteering with us. We can do virtual training and to get you abreast of what we do when we go back to educating in the community. But we have a series of programs and ways that you can be active and participate, as well as we have numerous roundtables that we have coming up. And one that everybody can benefit from is we're going to do a grief and loss roundtable with one of the leading specialists in that field, Dr. Matthews from Oakland University. So I hope that there's something that you would consider doing. Again, you can go to our website, and I'll also put our link as well as my email address if you'd like to consider being a volunteer or helping us in any way. And thank you for this opportunity, and wishing everyone a very, very blessed holiday season. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jen Whelans. Thank you for having me today. Greatly appreciate it. I see some familiar faces, which I absolutely love. And I also hope people are sick of hearing me talk about this, because it's an important thing for people to know. And I think the more you hear about it, the more you're going to remember in your brain that this offer exists. And I'm here today to talk about something very specific, which are phones for people that have hearing loss. And now with the holidays coming up, it's more important than ever for people to be connected to family and friends. And a caption phone looks like this, if you can see that on your screen, a little show and tell there. It comes with a screen so it can display word for word what the other person is saying. The phones are 4 times as loud as a regular phone. You can also change the tone of the caller's voice so that for them to hear better, and it has a built-in answering machine. These phones are free because it's provided through the Americans with Disabilities Act that states every American has the right to a fair and equal way of communicating on the phone. So these are provided at absolutely no cost, and it doesn't matter whether the person has the internet or not. We can get them up and running. I've left my information in the chat room for you to connect with me. You do not need to be a veteran. It doesn't matter age, insurance, or income. What matters is that they have a hard time hearing on the phone. And we are the only company that makes their phones in the United States, which I know is important to vets. And along with sharing this information, I also want to say thank you to all the vets on this call for your service, because without you doing what you've done, I wouldn't be able to live the life I live, which I truly feel blessed to be able to help others communicate more effectively, because I just feel it's so valuable. So happy holidays to everybody. And again, thanks for having me, and thanks for allowing this forum so we can all share information, which is so valuable. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Linda Krupp from Lakeshore Legal Aid. Are you able to put my flyer up on the screen? No? Can I share my screen and do that, or will that not work? Okay, I'm assuming that's not possible, so I'll just go ahead. So Lakeshore Legal Aid provides free legal services to people who have low income, or seniors, or survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and sex trafficking. Our phone number is 888-783-8190. I'll say it again. This is our counsel and advocacy law line. We have attorneys staffing these phones, so when you call in, you will speak with an attorney about your legal issue. And again, that's 888-783-8190. All of the services we provide are available to low-income veterans and the survivors of sexual violence for free. And we provide a lot of services, and I want to stop for a minute and also say thank you to our veterans who make it possible for us to live in this country in the way that we do with our freedoms. So the types of things we do are divorce, custody, parenting, parenting time, support, child support, guardianship, conservatorships. We do a lot of housing matters. We do eviction defense. That's a lot of the work that we're doing right now, and it's one of the reasons that our call center hotline phone, you might call and wait. I recommend that people don't call on Mondays unless they have an emergency, because that is our day that we have the most calls, and there are wait times. We also do work for tenants' rights. Helping people get their landlords to fix up the property if it hasn't been fixed up. Land contract forfeitures, if people are in danger of losing their home because they can't make the payments on their land contract, we can provide representation. Utility shutoffs, mortgage and tax foreclosures. We do all public benefits matters, that's food stamps, family independence payments, supplemental security income, disability from the federal government, Social Security, disability benefits, and retirement. We do consumer matters, including bankruptcy, debt collection, debt counseling, unfair sales practices. We help people fix their credit reports. We do garnishment and repossession representation. People may think that they don't have any defenses in these types of cases, but we often can find some thing that the provider of the services did not disclose to you, or something in the contract language that will help us get you out of the debt. So it's important for people to call, even though they may think they don't have any defenses to the legal action that's been filed against them. We also help with wills, durable powers of attorney for health care, durable powers of attorney to take care of someone's financial matters. We do expungements of criminal records, and we'll be doing a lot more of those because of the changes in the law that go into effect in April. Driver's license restoration, very important for people to be able to drive legally with a license, and we can assist a lot of people to be able to do that. We also like to work on education cases, for children, because we know that it's important for children to get a good education in elementary and secondary school, hopefully to go on for more education or to trade school. And kids who have disabilities, often cognitive disabilities, might not be a physical disability, but whatever the type of disability is, they need to get the special services that they're entitled to by law. And we do go with parents or guardians to the planning meeting for the services that the child should be getting and represent the parents at those meetings. We also would engage in litigation. And we also work to keep kids from getting expelled or suspended from school. It's pretty well known in the health field that kids act out because of issues in their life, and they need to be in school, not out of school, suspended and expelled. So we're happy to help with all these matters. And we also do work with VetLex, which is an online platform for vets to indicate that they need legal services. And there are private attorneys who provide free legal services who work alongside us. They're called pro bono attorneys. And if you call the number, I'll say it again, 888-783-8190, they can hook you up there with the VetLex services, with match you with a pro bono attorney. The hours for the telephone hotline are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 to 5, Wednesday from 9 to 6, and Wednesday is a good day to call because a lot of people don't know that we're open that extra hour, and Friday from 9 to 1 because they do have a meeting in the afternoon. These attorneys will give legal advice on the spot. If you've ever tried to work with an attorney, you know that you always have to go to their office. We do not require that because we know about the transportation problems people have in southeastern Michigan. So our intake is done at the call center. It's also the case that you should know that as long as you have called before the time that the ending time. So if you call before 5 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, before 6 o'clock on Wednesday, before 1 o'clock on Friday, you are in the queue for them to take your call. They do not get up, at whatever the ending time is. They stay there and take all the calls until they have talked to everyone who is waiting. So thank you for this opportunity. We really appreciate being part of the vendor fair. And again, thank you to all the veterans.
Hello, everyone. My name is Keenan Lumpkin. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I've served in the Navy 8 years. I currently work for the Department of Veteran Affairs, Detroit Vet Center, not to be confused with the vet center that is sponsored by the late Dr. Chapman, that's out there on Michigan Avenue. But we do mental health counseling for veterans. So we specialize in combat veterans. So we see combat veterans and we see them in regards to MST. So it doesn't matter if they have MST, it doesn't matter whether or not they're a combat veteran. It doesn't matter your discharge. You can come see us at any point in time. And in regards to our MST veterans, it doesn't matter whether you served in the National Guard, it doesn't matter whether you served federal or reserve, we can still see you in regards to being seen for that mental health appointment. Also, we actually just now got the capabilities to be able to retrieve D214s also for veterans. So we kind of help speed up that process when veterans are having issues with receiving their D214. So that's what we do at the Vet Center. We have plenty of vet centers all over Michigan. We have them in Dearborn, Detroit, Macomb, and Saginaw, Traverse City. So wherever you're at, there's normally a vet center that's near you. And we look forward to helping any veteran that is out there. One last thing that I'll actually add, a lot of the veterans or a lot of us outreach guys are all veterans. So we're able to even assist in that process with going through the process, whether it's applying for benefits or just going out to the community and looking for different resources. So, we look forward to serving all our veterans. Thank you for all those who served, and go Navy, beat Army this weekend.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this invite to the to this event. This is great. My name is Chuck McDonald. I'm the Veterans Military Families Navigator for Oakland County with Oakland Community Health Network. I represent one of 23 veteran navigators and female veteran staff for the state of Michigan. Mr. Chris Brown is here as well, representing Detroit Wayne. He'll talk about what he offers in Wayne County. But as navigators, we specialize in working with various individuals from whatever capacity. Like I said, I'm sure Chris and I see a lot of friends and fellow folks that we've worked with in the past, or even currently rather, in how we try to connect and work with our veterans in Metro Detroit. As navigators, our roles are unique. We're embedded or hired within, our roles were created by MDHHS. We're primarily hired within, embedded within local PIHPs and CMHs, because that was one of the larger areas showing gaps. There were over 60,000 veterans that were pretty much unaccounted for in reference to receiving behavioral health services in the state of Michigan. So our roles were created. Not only do we connect our veterans to behavioral health services in our regions or in our counties, but like I said, we serve a wide range. So we work with housing. We, like I said, burial was brought up. We try to assist with whatever burial, trying to receive DD-214s. You name it, pretty much, we try to work with the veteran and the family member. That's one of our unique roles as well. If the person served, if the family member has a person served in the military, we're able to help that individual out. We're able to assist individuals regardless of discharge. So it doesn't matter if they have a dishonorable, or other than, a general, administrative, medical, doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter if they served 1 day of military service or they did 30 years of military service. So that's our role as navigators. Myself, with Director Adams, when she mentioned in reference to military sexual trauma, that's a passion I have out here in Oakland County, trying to make sure our behavioral health providers in Oakland County are aware of, screening every veteran that comes to their doors for MST, and getting those veterans routed, and connected to the service, if it's benefits or if it's behavioral health, getting connected. So that's my role as Veterans Navigator. I'm going to put my Smart Sheet link up here where individuals can, hey, I see you too, Mr. Buzzrai. And so put my link up here, and that is it for me as a Veterans Navigator for Oakland County. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Chris Brown, Veteran Navigator in Wayne County. Great introduction there, Chaka. Yeah, I'm doing basically the same thing Chaka's doing in Wayne County. Just a wide variety of referrals and connections that happen throughout the day. You name it, as far as what veterans sometimes ask and need help with. It's just like, you just never know what you're going to get some days. And it can be very complex and challenging, and requires us to connect with sometimes multiple service agencies to get some help for the veterans. And yeah, I'm doing basically the same thing that Chaka's doing. I think I'd add doing some education also. I don't know if you mentioned that, Chaka, with the educating veterans' families on PTSD, MST, and those kinds of things, so they can see those kinds of symptoms and things happening with the veterans in their home, and then can perhaps try to help them, lead them towards getting some assistance and help from us. And so, but mental health is the top priority. But we know just the quality of life, just trying to help a veteran with all the different problems and challenges and barriers that everyone in life confronts. It's good to have a team of people throughout the county that are involved in just about everything that we need to help the veteran. It's just a matter of us all coordinating, like we're doing with these different programs that we're doing, which is great. Really happy to be here today so that we can all continue to kind of work and kind of develop relationships of trust and community to help our veterans. And that's what we're all here for. And my information's already been put in there. And everyone have a great holiday. And please feel free to reach out to me via email or phone anytime you have any questions or concerns or needs. Thank you very much.
Together. So we go down.
Hi, this is Lisa from Detroit, VA. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'd just like to give a brief overview of some of the things that we do here at the Detroit VA and how to get registered, and to let you know that we are open right now still for visits if the patient need be. We prefer that if you would call first to talk to your care coordinator to see if you need to come in directly or if we could do it via video or telephone. It's the safest way for our veterans, and that's all we're worried about right now is keep everybody safe. I'm just going to give you a couple highlights of the programs that we have here. We have an entire primary care team that's ready to take care of the veterans anytime. Our staff is screened here upon arrival to work, so there's no worries on that. All we ask is that you wear a mask. We have specialty cares. All our specialty care clinics are still open. And again, we look to the virtual care if need be. I want to talk a little about enrollment for healthcare. I'm an Air Force veteran. When I got out of the Air Force many moons ago, I didn't know I could use the VA. I had no clue. Why would I think a peacetime female veteran could get any type of service whatsoever? And then I started working here at the VA, and I became the outreach coordinator. I'm like, all these years of benefits that I could have been having that I was not taking advantage of because I did not know. We didn't do outreach at that point. So our main goal right now with this, and thank you to Eric and his team for putting this on, we need outreach. We think if the veterans know everything, they don't. There's a lot of pockets of hidden veterans that we haven't seen or heard from yet. So can't go face to face right now, but we can definitely do the virtual tours. So for veterans that don't know, or you need to let them know how to register. Online is the best bet right now, or they're still in person, or mail-in applications. That takes a little longer. You can register in phone, in person, the web, the phone. A lot of them ask, what do I need to come there? What do I need to get registered? The DD-214 and a valid driver's license or state ID and or a passport to get you here. Right now, the question is, can I file a claim for a service-connected injury or illness without being enrolled in healthcare? The answer is yes. We'd rather you be enrolled. That way we can follow you and medically and all that. It makes your life a little easier. Our facilities, we're located in Detroit. We're right in the medical center area. We have Wayne State doctors here. We have 2 community outreach centers, one in Yale, one in Pontiac. And we also, with all the vet centers and all that, and we have a 50 bed domiciliary. It's part of our mental health program that's located off site. So with all this team here of all of us together, we need to keep reaching out our hands, and it looks like we're doing a good job of it. We keep reaching out farther and make sure that every veteran knows what benefits are available to them and that we are here for them. We put our hands out. They just got to reach for them now. So thank you for your time. I put my email in the chat box. My phone number is in there. Anybody has any questions or would like to work together on outreach or anything like that, just let me know. I'm Lisa. I'm the Public Affairs here at Detroit VA, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And just to share with everyone, Lisa's team, they do a lot. I've been to several events at the VA, so they are truly working on behalf of veterans. And we had a question in the chat about sharing information. We're not set up to share it today. However, if you email us or put the information in the chat room, we will make sure that we put it on our website. And that would be on the Wayne County Treasurer's website. So we will put it on there. So next speaker, thank you all so much. And thank you for being patient. We've heard so much great information. It's just I'm hanging on to every word that people are saying because it's information that you can use. We've got Stephanie Harbin on, and she's one of our community leaders. They have great meetings. They are in the Councilman McAllister's district, and they do a lot with the community as well. So you get in trouble when you start calling out names. However, this information, as everyone has asked, we can share it. And that's the purpose of today. And thank you for your time and your patience. And Liz, we can unmute the next speaker. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I think I'm the next speaker, if you can hear me. So my name is Janice Collins, and I'm the group sales manager with the Detroit Zoological Society at the Detroit Zoo. So you might be wondering what benefit I can offer today. I can actually offer you a healthy dose of vitamin Z. The Detroit Zoological Society would love to invite our veterans, their families, and caregivers to come out and stretch their legs and come see our wonderful animal residents. We are open 362 days out of the years, even during COVID pandemic times. We are a safe location. We do ask that when you come, you mask up, practice social distancing, and use our over 100 hand sanitizing stations throughout the zoo. We are offering a discount to veterans, their families, and caregivers. I will actually share the information in the chat. You have to go online, however, to take advantage of the discount. Unfortunately, you cannot come in person to do that just because we have state mandated guidelines as far as capacity. So in the past, you would have been able just to walk up to the zoo and enter, but this time you do have to come or go online and make a reservation and come visit the zoo. So would love for you to come there. We also have a holiday event called Wild Lights that's happening right now through January 3rd on select evenings. And so that discount is also available. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri and his team, and just to our vets. I am so in awe and humbled by all of the information that I've heard today, and hope that you will continue to invite the Detroit Zoo to participate in events like this. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat, but we would love for you to come see our animal residents. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy holidays. Thank you for your time.
Hello, this is Paula Sobia. I was unmuted, so I'm thinking I'm next. If that's correct, you can let me know.
Yes, you're able to proceed. Next.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. My name's Paula Sobia, and I'm one of the new team members on Director Adams' team, and I'm the Senior Veteran Community Engagement Officer. Long title, but in short, my job is to just bring awareness in our region, Region 10, which is Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne, and to bring awareness of some of the resources we've got, federal benefits and care to veterans, the various resources that are out there. Now, one thing that I is going to be doing in this position is right now I'm at an event with Soldiers Angels, and we've got boots on the ground. We've got over 250 veterans that are driving through a line where we're providing food and everything else to them. But I just want to leave this. When I'm out there with boots on the ground, I ask two questions, and I want to encourage all of our veterans to ask this question. Over the years, we as service providers, we're the service providers, we're in our office, and we're trying to reach out, but the veterans is out there in our community. And when you're out there, two questions. One, are you a veteran? 9 out of 10 times, you do that long enough, you'll probably meet 3 or 4 that are veterans. The second question you want to ask, how's your benefit? Just today, I asked a veteran as he was driving through the food line, hey man, how's your benefit? He tells me this. Well, I was at 50%. All of a sudden, they put me down to 40%. Now I'm fighting to get up to 50%. So I connected with that veteran. Now I'm going to engage that veteran to try to get him the help. It's all about the benefits. Right now in Michigan, a lot of our veterans, their service connection are low. You know, I come to the table as a DOD transition assistant program manager when I joined Director Adams' team. So I understand the benefit part of it. If you're, 20% below as a service connection, you don't get much. 30% above, now you're starting to work your way up. But in Michigan, especially in Wayne County, many of our veterans, their service connection percentages overall, if you was to run a statistic, is quite, in my opinion, is low than you would find in other communities. So we just got to work together. But the question you have to ask our veterans out there, are you a veteran? Yes, I'm a veteran. How's your benefit? Before you know, you have a relationship and begin to help these veterans. So I can be reached at obp@michigan.gov, and you'll see me out there, and many of our team members, I've been connecting with them, and I'm available to do briefs and whatever you need. Again, I come with a strong background with TAPS and a USA Jobs certified coach trainer, so I can bring a lot to the table. But again, boots on the ground, talking to our vets and getting them to you all where you can provide the services. Thank you, Treasurer Sabri, and I hope to see you again this year at our Veteran Talent Show down at the John Dingo VA, if we're blessed to be able to do it again. Thank you for your time.
And good afternoon, everyone. I take it I am next. My mic has been unmuted. My name is Abram Andrews. I am the director at Vet Biz Central. We are a veteran business outreach center located in Flint, Michigan, and Mott Community College's Regional Technology Center. Vet Biz Central is an organization that assists veterans, active duty, guard members, and reservists with starting and growing a business. Vet Biz Central has been around since 2006, and our territory is the entire state of Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. So we get quite a bit of windshield time in to get around to make sure that our veterans receive the information that they need to start, sustain, and grow a business. We at Vet Biz Central, even though we are working remotely from home, we continue to provide our veterans and spouses, if I didn't mention that, veterans and spouses with starting and growing a business. And we do that through a variety of different ways. First, we provide one-on-one counseling, and that could either be over the telephone, via Skype or Zoom. We also provide information and assistance with researching their business ideal, along with providing tools and resources to research their industry, their chosen industry. We have programs that will help to simplify and navigate the way, help them navigate their way through developing their business plan. We also connect with a lot of veteran-friendly financial institutions, as well as once we complete all of that, we assist the veteran and their spouse with launching their business. We also assist and work with quite a few resource partners. And if you are a service organization or provider that works within the entrepreneurship realm, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at Vet Biz Central, or send me an email to let me know how we can assist you and support you in your organization in ensuring that our veterans receive the assistance, information, tools, and resources needed to starting and growing their businesses. We've learned this year the need for support for our veterans to grow businesses has skyrocketed due to the level of unemployment throughout the nation. veterans, those that are separating from service, and those that are displaced now see the need for themselves to pursue starting their own jobs, starting their own businesses. And with that being said, VetBiz Central, along with their resource partners here in Michigan, we go out of our way to make sure that they are ready to graduate from our services to move on to sustaining their businesses, and even in a lot of cases, obtaining their either veteran-owned small business certification or service-disabled veteran-owned small business certification to pursue government contracting opportunities. So if you know of any veterans that are looking to start a business or grow their business, please don't hesitate to tell them about our organization. That's VetBiz Central, and that's VetBizCentral.org. And our number is 810-767-8387. And once again, our dedicated staff of all veterans and all entrepreneurs, including myself, go Navy, we are there to assist our clients. And as well, in a lot of cases, we assist even our veteran dependents with starting businesses. So once again, vetbizcentral.org. Please don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email, and we look forward to helping those veterans out there that are looking to start their businesses. And also, Ms. Hilton and Treasurer Sabri's office, thank you for coordinating and hosting this event. There's been a ton of great information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Andrews. And I do have a question.
Yes.
You mentioned veterans, but what about family members of veterans that have a business that might have been started by the veteran and they might not be with us any longer? Will you still assist them?
We sure will.
Very good. Very good.
That was a great question.
Thank you so very much. And I just want to remind you, please raise your hand. Everybody's been so patient and staying on the call. We have a few more vendors that need to speak, but we don't know that you're there because some of you did not sign in as vendors. So that's why we're asking you to raise your hand in the chat room. It's really cute. Some of you raised your hand on the screen, but we need you to raise your hand in the chat room so that we can call on you and keep the program flowing so that we can bring some closure to the day. But thank you again so much, and raise your hand so that we will be able to bring you onto the chat room. I don't think we've heard from USBA, New Life Prosthetics. So I know there's some more people out there. Eastern Michigan, we haven't heard from them. Workforce Development. So we have a lot of good people on the phone. Wayne State University is still waiting to speak. So just raise your hand and we will acknowledge you. And I don't know if Ryan from Ingle is still on the call, but just raise your hand in the chat room and we certainly will call you. I want to remind you again, you can email Habiba to the vendors the information that you'd like for us to post on the website, and we will be more than happy to do that. And one thing that's been mentioned over and over again, which I'm very glad to hear, is that we need to share information and work together. That's the only way we can service our veterans to the extent they need to be serviced. So I'm going to step away so that we can have the rest of the vendors speak and share their services. And then we'll have Mr. Sabri close us out at the end of the day. Thank you all so very much.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello. I'm Roy Lee. I'm with FCA. I'm up here in Auburn Hills, but I am the chairman of the Veterans Business Resource Group here at Fiat Chrysler Automotive. Today, I don't have our recruiter with me personally, just due to we're here at the plant, but they're off site right now. But just wanted to let the community know and all the vendors here know that FCA is hiring veterans along with multiple organizations throughout all its plants here in Metro Detroit. All I can do is encourage everybody who is interested in applying, please create a profile at fca.careers.com. That would help, that will get their profile established, and then once the profile is established, whatever jobs that FCA is offering will show up, and that individual can then submit a resume and apply for that individual job. Veteran speaking, though, if anybody has a veteran that is currently looking for a job, I'll post my email on the chat room. You can scan it or email me that individual's resume, and then that way I can get it to the recruiter via same-day email. So it'll help the situation and get that veteran at least interviewed. But that's what I have to bring today. A lot of great information's out there from everybody, but I'll post my email here on the chat room. Feel free to email me with any questions you have with FCA employment, and I will direct you guys' concerns the best I can. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm not sure if it's my turn, but I've been unmuted, so I'm thinking it's my turn. My name is Janine Irvine, and I'm here representing Primerica Financial Services. I'm here with my business partner, Jasmine Lott Gary. First, I want to thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today, and more importantly, to thank you for your services to our country. We have posted, or we will post a couple of flyers in the chat room. The first one is indicating that Main Street America needs you. Maybe you joined the armed forces because you wanted to make a difference, be a leader, and maybe help protect freedom. Your willingness to serve does not have to stop. Bring these skills to us. Let us help you transfer these skills into a lucrative opportunity to change lives. We fight every day for financial freedom. Come join our movement and help families get on track for a better financial future. We're looking for leaders like you, and especially to the female vets. Forbes has identified us as the most trustworthy company, and for the last 2 years in a row, we've been identified as one of the best companies for women. There's an additional flyer that shows you some of the information about our company, who we are, and what we represent. We are the largest financial services corporation in North America. We have over 136,000 reps. We're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been in business for 44 years. We have 5 million lives insured and 2 million investment accounts totaling over $70 billion. So we are a one-stop financial services shop. We are offering first-rate financial products and services from some of the world's most recognizable companies. We want you to join us in our sales force, join us in helping protect families. The list that's on the website will show you all of the areas that we offer protection. We're known for our life insurance. However, we do all types of investments. We have our strategic partners listed where we offer all types of investment funds, college funds, emergency funds, individual retirement funds. We offer annuities where we can protect your life income and offer you income for life. 401k plans for retirements for business companies. In addition to protecting lives and investments, we also offer legal protection, identity theft, home and auto insurance. We have a smart home system to protect your home. And also recently, we've joined partnership with Quicken Loans to offer mortgages. So we would love for you to join our team. So just give us a call. We do have a business card that we're posting on the chat room, but my number is 313-930-4272. You can reach Jasmine at 313-236-9165. And as a thank you for your services to our country, we're offering everyone on this call a free financial needs analysis. So if you're interested in more information, please contact us. As I said, our numbers will be posted on the website. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you for your service to our country. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for this great event, this annual event. Thank you to the veterans and all the organizers, and also everyone that is involved in the resources for everyone that needs them. Hello, my name is Chris Castillo. I'm the co-founder and owner of A New Life Prosthetics or Orthotics. We're an orthotic and prosthetic provider and manufacturer that services the 25-mile radius around Detroit, basically Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. We're centrally located in Detroit, Michigan, and we're basically like a pharmacy. We provide artificial limbs and braces via prescription. For our veterans, please talk to your PCP or the prosthetics department at the VA, and from there, basically all you have to do is say you need something, you'd like something from us, and we'll take care of you. We've been doing it for about 9 years now. I'm also an amputee, and amongst the things that we've been advanced in the prosthetics field, in fact, today we're installing our first 3D printer. We've been outsourcing it for several years, and we look forward to implementing that more into the care to provide a faster and more better fitting and functional device for whoever needs them. Our phone number is 313-870-9610. Again, we're located in Detroit, Michigan, downtown at 6438 Woodward Avenue. And if anyone has a referral or has any questions about orthotic or prosthetic care, I ask that you just reach out and we will do what we can to help you. Short and sweet, but thank you so much for your time today. And again, thanks for putting all this together.
Good afternoon. You've been unmuted. You can proceed if you like. Performance-driven workforce. You can proceed.
Oh, okay. I'm Rashida Mickles. I'm with, oh, excuse me. I'm not, I don't have my video on. One second. We should have it on in a minute. Good afternoon. I'm Rashida Mickles. I'm with Performance Driven Workforce. We are a veteran-friendly employer. We're located in Dearborn, Michigan. We have 1,800 employees. Our employees are in Michigan and throughout the United States. We work very closely with veterans. Right now, we have over 100 part-time and full-time positions in the state of Michigan. We have professional positions, we have transportation positions, we have manufacturing positions. And at this time, I'd like to invite you all, whether you're a veteran looking for employment or whether you're a veteran agency that is going to help people with employment, I'd like to give you our website address and invite you to go to our website and look at some of those open positions. Our web address is pdworkforce.com. That's pdworkforce.com. And I'd also like to give you my number if you need help. I know things are very difficult these days with everything being virtual. My phone number is 248-910-5412. And I also want to share with you that my flyer, I presented my flyer, so my flyer should be with your organization also. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any other vendors that would like to present?
Thank you. Hello, my name is Melody McGee, and I am with the MCA Detroit, which stands for Mechanical Contractors Association. And I recruit and place Wayne County, City of Detroit, with our programs, the pipe fitters and plumbing apprenticeship programs. But I also connect those who are interested in the skilled trades apprenticeship programs throughout Michigan. So it's plumbers, pipe fitters, it's over 22 skilled trades apprenticeship program where you earn while you learn. So you get paid the entire time that you are in the program. So if you start that Monday, you get paid that Friday every week. And that includes your full benefits, your healthcare benefits, along with your pension. This is a $250,000 program that is free to you. And with the plumbers program, you also receive your associate's degree. So if you are interested in becoming a part of an apprenticeship program, you know you want to be a plumber, you want to be a pipe fitter, even if you have experience, we can put you into a pre-apprentice program where you're paid. I'm more than happy to help you with any of those programs. You can call me on 313-779-1666. I posted my information in the chat line. You can also email me. I put my email information in the chat line. But this is a way of you having a lifelong career as a journeyman and make that six-figure income. So again, my name is Melody McGee, and my number is 313-779-1666.
Good afternoon. I am Henrietta Hadley, and I am representing WINK for All Women Veterans, and we are located in the West Michigan part of the state. But we are finding that a lot of your women are traveling before COVID, are traveling to our area for services. And so it was brought to our attention that we needed to share what we're doing here in West Michigan so that maybe we can set up partnership for you in your area so that our women veterans don't have to travel so far to receive the service that we're providing. So you might ask, what are we providing? We're providing community services. Most importantly, we're providing trust. We're providing a friendship and a support and a referral service for our women veterans. We have found that over the 46,000 women veterans that reside in our state, a lot of them do not self-identify. Many of you have already stole my thunder and shared my speech. But most importantly, those 40-something thousand women veterans are really looking for someone to connect with. and they are willing to do that at any cost. They have traveled to the West Michigan area from your area to attend our annual retreats. We host annual retreats twice a year. Before COVID, we were able to host a more general retreat where we would invite women veterans to join us for a weekend. And during that weekend, we would just have fun and engage those women veterans, and then dive in and ask the question, are you receiving benefits? And are you connected with some of your service providers in your area? And then we could redirect their path and connect them to you. The second retreat that we have received a lot of traction on is our MST retreat. So I did hear many of you talk about the MST services that you offer through the Vet Center, through your veteran navigators. But what we're finding is that you offer those services, but if trust has not been established, then those are a lot of amazing services that you offer that will not get into the hands of our women veterans because they're not going to join you to have that conversation because they have a problem with trust. So what we're doing with our MST women is we're saying to our survivors who are suffering from post-traumatic stress, we're offering them a 7-day retreat at the Will Win Lodge that's open to all veterans across the country. As long as you're a veteran, you can attend. But they have partnered with us, close the retreat grounds for 6 days. And during those 6 days, we invite women veterans from across the state who have been identified through their VA doctors or their counselors or behavioral health professionals, and they've written an approval letter that they can attend. So I said 2 things there. They must be connected with someone, hopefully at the VA or a medical doctor that has been treating them, and then also a counselor or a behavioral health specialist who has been sitting with them to talk and to discover a recovery plan to their MST while they are suffering, unfortunately, with post-traumatic stress. So once that's cleared, then they join us for the 6 days at Will Win Lodge in Custer, Michigan, and the magic happens. So that's been our signature program that we've been offering across the country, but we wanted to start at home first. I don't want to, be the outreach coordinator for WINK and I'm all over the country talking about our MST retreat. And we find women from other states are joining us and we're not taking care of the 46-something thousand women in our own state. So we're here today to say to you, we want to connect. I believe our communications coordinator put our Facebook and our website information in the chat. That's one way to connect with us. We are located in our Veteran Service Center here in Muskegon County, but we have set up 2 affiliates in the state, one in Ingham County at the Veterans Affairs there in Lansing, and also Kent County Veteran Service Center in the Kent County Grand Rapids area. Our prayer is that we can set one up in the Detroit area because the women really want to talk to their own women veterans. They want to have that conversation with their women veterans so that they can connect, and then we can send them to you and everything works for the good of our women veterans and the services that we're all offering. So thank you for this time, and I am looking forward to partnering with your veterans in the Metro Detroit area. So our information is posted. Please connect with us, and as the outreach coordinator and the affiliate coordinator, we can talk virtual, or as COVID releases, we'll be able to meet in person. But we're going to continue to facilitate services no matter what. We're offering peer support virtually. We're offering Zoom, wind down Wednesdays for our women across the state. So we're not letting this get in the way of connecting with our women veterans. So please send them our way, and then we'll send them back to you if need be. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from the representative from Childhood Lead Poisoning.
Hello? Hi, my name is Caleb Ganey. I work at the Wayne County Health Department, and I work for the Childhood Lead Poisoning Prevention Program. So what that program does is we do outreach and education in high-risk communities for lead poisoning. Michigan actually has some of the highest, elevated blood lead levels for children. And so, especially in our counties, well, Region 10. So our program, like I said, does outreach to educate people about the services provided in these counties, so that maybe you could have inspectors come to your house to check for lead. Just advice on how to be precautious at home. A lot of people don't really think about lead coming into their homes other than water, really. I know water is the main thing, but there's a lot of other ways that lead gets tracked into the home, and then it's really harmful to young children. So that's what our program is about. And I posted our website in the chat. I could do it again. And there's a lot of resources and materials on there. I'll also post my information. And so feel free to contact me if you would like to learn anything more, or even set up an education event for, any groups that you think might be interested. But I just want to say thank you for giving me this time. Thank you to all the veterans. Really appreciate everything that you've done. And God bless everyone. Thank you.
Next up is Deborah Bohannon.
Hi there, I'm Deborah Bohannon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're able to hear you.
Great. Thank you very much for this. I'm brand new in the area. I'm a veteran career advisor with the Labor Economic Opportunity with Veterans Employment Specialists through the state of Michigan. And what we do is veterans helping veterans getting into those employment tools. So when a veteran is out of the military, is not sure how to transfer that new knowledge from the military jargon into civilian jargon, that's what the VCAs help veterans with. We're able to help them with their resumes, interviewing, getting them into other community supportive services as well. We do not have any income or provide any dollars amount to our veterans. We do a return of investment on those veterans themselves. My office is located on the southeast Detroit side, so 7 Mile and 3 Mile Grassroots. And I am brand new to the area, so thank you very much for all the resources. Just a note for my other colleagues that are on board too, we are across the state of Michigan to include the UP as well. So that way the veterans are looking for employment to get into through the Michigan Works for some short-term or some long-term training. Be sure to reach out, and I put the information on the chat as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think this was our last presenter that we had. Is anyone else? Let us know. But I wanted to ask a question. We had a question in the chat asking anyone on the call from the state of Michigan could answer questions about unemployment benefits. So I wasn't sure if there was anybody who from the state of Michigan could answer any questions about unemployment benefits. If not, I'll wait a minute and find out. But if not, what we'll do is we'll take the information, your information out of the chat, and we'll do some research and get back to you. So, but if there's anybody from the state that can answer, please go right ahead. Okay, don't see anybody. But what I would like to do, just to close out, I want to thank all of you for participating. And many of you waited, the whole time, almost 4 hours, in order to present. I found the information today very, very helpful and very, very, very good. I wasn't sure how it was going to work doing it virtually. Last year we had a tremendous turnout, over 450 people, and it was everybody had an opportunity to go around the different booths. So I didn't know how the virtual would go, but I think based on what I heard today, I think it went very well. I just asked that everyone share the information with others. And we recorded this, so we're going to put it up on our website as well, so that people can take advantage of it if they missed it today. So I just want to tell you one thing we do in our office to help veterans is we offer payment plans for everyone. But if a veteran comes in, a veteran can enter into a payment plan without any money down. So if you come in and you want to save your property from tax foreclosure, get into a payment agreement, you can sign up and just start paying 30 days later. So that's one thing we can offer. We don't have any money, but we do work closely with Director Kwesi from the Veterans Affairs. And he has, like he mentioned earlier in the call, help people with their house note, their car payment, groceries, and so in healthcare. So we work closely with them, but we're conscious of the fact that many of our veterans are struggling, and we really thank you all for participating. You all make the event what it is today, and this is our 4th annual. We're going to try to do it even bigger and better next year, and I want to wish everyone a happy holiday, and also hope that you stay well, stay safe, and then the vaccine hopefully will help us out soon, and we'll all be able to get back together in person. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you and thank Beverly and our staff for doing a fantastic job. We're amateurs at this type of production, but I think they did a fantastic job. So with that, I want to say thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Can't get any better than that. Fantastic. We're going to put it up on the website. Yeah, we're going to just record it. Yeah. Share it. On Facebook. Now, I also say full chat. So, I'll send you that file over. You don't have it up on. That's good. We're going to put it up on our Facebook again.